Morning, everyone. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you've had a better start to the morning than me. The tech issues continue for me, having an absolute nightmare of a week. Couldn't get Ninja Trader to open. Took about 5 or 6 attempts this morning. Not sure if they've done an update there. Discord have also done an update. Everyone doing updates right now, and it's just making my life a misery. But it's okay. We got it open. So let's get into the chart, shall we? Starting on the higher time frame charts. Let's start on the dailies and the weeklies. All right, let's go to this weekly first. So, as you can see, reclaimed the weekly Bollinger Band, driving back up, reclaimed the 20-day, filled this weekly gap here, this old weekly gap down that we had from the 3rd into the 10th, all right, from the candle that started on the 3rd and opened on the 10th. Where can we drive to now if it's going to keep going higher? Well, first stop, right, would be effectively this imbalance. Think about it, into here, 700. All right, there or thereabouts, 700 going to be key. If we reclaim 700, then we're getting into sort of supply backtest territory, into here, 937 up to 229. All right, why these levels, right? This is a weekly low. This becomes very, very important. This level here, if we think this was support, buyers, where did we break down from? This level, all right? So if we're really going to go for a back test, we can trade up to there. It doesn't have to be today, doesn't have to be this week, right? These are just levels that I'm looking at on the daily, which start to become more and more significant. We can also think about a fib on that pullback from the high, from where we broke down. And you can see we're starting to get sort of confluence into and around 900, 950s, 960s, somewhere into this range. However, we do know that flags like to be built in this range here, don't we? So if we're going to get a failure, it's possible to fail here. If it reclaims and holds and goes for gap fill and squeeze, then we get up to 50, maybe even the 61. We just have to see. Time will tell. Moving into a daily, we currently have an inside bar. All right. So this week's been very strong. Again, we left a gap here on the daily. You should have this marked out. All right, gap here on the daily, gap and go. There's Friday's close, Sunday open. We gap up into Monday. We drive higher yesterday. The question is, how far can it go? So far, failed breakout of previous day high, and we're trading back inside range. So we're watching Monday's levels right now, Monday, Tuesday sort of open levels right now to see, do we form a base here for that drive higher? Or is this a pump to dump to come right back down to back test these levels here? Both of these definitely can play out today and this week, both of these options. All right, so we're going to try and get some more clues into those as we go into the hourly charts. Zoom in a bit here. It's a little bit messy. All right, as we said yesterday, we were looking for 500s, weren't we? 506. Why 506? These old hourly highs are right here, which we've now taken. So I'm going to delete this line. It took all day yesterday to do it. It was literally the last candle of the day that did that move on the lower time frame. But you can see yesterday we basically printed this hourly flag here. All right, so momentum stayed bullish. There's your previous hourly flag. Let's just think about how we're moving this week. Strong trend up, hourly flag. Strong trend up, hourly flag. Trend up. The question is this an hourly flag or does it get stuck? If it gets stuck, this opens the gate for a rotation down to 300. Failure of 300, we're going to back test this. What is this? This is an RBS, which is untested on an hourly and higher time frame. Hopefully that makes sense to you all. All right, so the opportunities today lie both sides on the charts. Like we've had a big drive up, we're sort of consolidating. If we start to let go, if this hourly flag doesn't play out and buyers get trapped, then this liquidity will be used for a rotation. A break underneath this sort of level 400 takes us back down to the lows of yesterday, old value area highs. And if we keep drifting down, we're going to keep back testing levels. So either they find a bid here, they might find a bid there for a push. If they fail that, then we're going all the way back down to 20,100s. The alternative to that is that this flag plays out, that it finds a bid, okay, and it wants to drive up over 500, 550, and at that point, it's decision time, okay? Either it pulls back, holds, and we're going for 700 push, or It goes upside, pulls back, maybe one little squeeze, and that's a FBO, a failed breakout, and that opens the gate for buyers being trapped above the highs, and we do a rotation. All right, so both of these potential for weekly models right now, very, very key areas right now in how we're going to play. I'm basically looking today to break this down. I'm either want to see a failed breakout and a return all the way back down, a breakout and hold and a push higher, a flag back into some key levels here and a hold. Or if we're really just going to get weak at the open and drift down here, I'm looking for maybe a little bit of support here and then maybe looking to get short into here. Right, so those are sort of the opportunities right now. Lots possible today because we've had a 2-day push up, and this is the first day where we're really opening as an inside bar. If we go into the 5-minute above, you can see it a bit more clearly. All right, here's your final push yesterday. Finally did the move to 500. There's the consolidation at the high. There's the failed breakout. All right, 1, 2, 3 attempts, 3 drives, fail. Asia high is the current high on week, and we rotate, wash. And London rotates, wash, fails inside, wash, okay, getting heavy. London's coming into where? This level here. What is this level? This is where buyers turned up yesterday. All right, so I'd say anywhere from sort of these Asia lows, 430s down to 400s are key. We know they're key. This is where buyers turned up yesterday for that move. All right, it's where shorts got stuck and buyers turned up. If we start letting go of these levels, this previous day point of control, this area where buyers turned up, if we start letting go of these and getting heavy on back tests, maybe we come for these wicks down here. Definitely buyer stops there. Then you have to be careful about, are we going for a trap in inside, or do we get that continuation back down to these levels which we have left alone? All right, this would be a closure of a cup, and at this point I'd be thinking about lower prices if it does that. Lots on deck today. All right, I know you might be watching this thinking, wow, there's like so many opportunities. What is he talking about? There's no bias. Yeah, there's a lack of bias right now because we're trading an inside bar after a monster move since Friday last week. All right, so we have to be aware of that. We have to be smart. We can't be constantly looking for upside when we have balances down below. If the daily wants to come and fill all the way back down to 20,175 and deeper, it can and it will. Right, so must not be biased. My plan today is just wait and let it shake out a little bit. We also have Fed talkers today, news on the way, lots of things moving and shaking. Just to go over it on a super low time frame, so you can see yesterday's drive up, fail breakout above previous day high, this red line. This is where sellers took back control and we rotate back down, currently holding previous day New York anchored VWAP, previous day point of control, and this blue level here. So really what I'm saying is this here is a range for me. This is overnight and yesterday range. So we might chop in between this while it makes a decision or a failed decision or a failure or a decision, right? It's a range until it proves otherwise up here for me right now. If we have a look at the VIX, let's have a quick look across the indexes. VIX still trading sideways. VIX also in a range, basically 1760s, right? 1760, we'll got a break of that, we go to 1780, break of that, we go upside. Otherwise, we're just sat in demand at 17, basically 17 flat right now is the level. Having a look at the spiders and the Qs. Qs all in line, all right, trading back inside previous day initial balance right now. Spiders doing exactly the same, trading inside previous day's initial balance, and the ES doing the same, finding a failure there on, this is the wrong chart, let's get that up correctly. Yeah, ES doing exactly the same. All right, the key thing right now in the charts, we're currently under previous day close and previous day high. This is technically a gap down, so it had a chance to run higher and it failed. So this is our gap. All right, so far rejecting previous day close. Previous day close and previous day high are going to be absolutely key today. So far we're melting down. Let's have a quick look at the mag. How are we doing for time? Running out of time here. Let's get the mag on here so you can see it with me. Apple. Zoom in a bit here. Gapping up ever so slightly. All right, there's your previous day close, holding its gap up, drifting higher. Microsoft, just about gapping up, just wicked down, found VWAP, found a bounce, flat to gap up. Amazon, strong gap up. Now you can see that move pre-market coming back inside, but holding about $1 above previous day, but actually underneath previous day high right now. So inside bar. Google, weak. All right, underneath previous day high, underneath previous day close, gapping down. Meta, underneath previous day close, underneath previous day high, gapping down. Nvidia looks like it's gapping down here. Yeah, way down on Nvidia. Some news this morning. I think it was from Sunday Times, or Financial Times, sorry. And Tesla also gapping down. All right, so a bit of a mixed bag in the mag. That should give you clues already. All right, choppy action possible. We have to wait and see if weakness comes into this market at the open. But so far, just drifting around between those key levels. Let's get this back on the right contract. I plan today, be very patient. Wait to see how this range plays out. Wait to see if they want to find bids down here. Let's reload this. There we go. All right, wait to see if they find some bids down here or if we're going to let go and start drifting lower. My eyes are really drawn to the H1 today. H1 and M5 is the main charts I'm looking at right now. Not really interested in focusing on much else. Having a quick look at liquidity on the book. Pretty thin, really. There's a small buyer down at 400, small seller up at 500, bigger buyer down at 250 right now. All right, bigger buyer down at 250. So all eyes, remember, we're watching the higher time frames. We're waiting to see how it plays out. Right now, we're in downtrend. You can see on the lower time frame, we are in downtrend since the failed breakout of these highs. So we just want to see how we operate. We don't want to short too low. The only time I'm going to short inside this range and lower is if we start to break demand, back test it, and stay heavy. All right, I'm not looking to scoot this long either. I'm actually just looking to let this shake out for a little bit this morning. 2 minutes left in chat. Let's see who's in here with us today. Morning, Ramus, Clint, Jeff, Miguel, Jake and Up One, Thumper, JD Florida Man, Yulimar, Kaladin, DJ Noah, Arturo, Brad, TR, Christy, Exister, Julian, Peter Curry, Jesse, Indicator, Scrooge Max Bucks, Paul, Radar, Marek, Ryan, BU, Brandon, lots of you in here today, Mr. Slim, Kat, Eva, Ironclad, Stephen W, R. Crawford, A. San Roman, welcome back, buddy. Good to see you. Louis, Steve C, Michael Pope, ASD, and Omolabi1. All right, good morning, everyone. So nice and patient this morning, please. Have a look at that daily bar. You're opening inside, all right? This is the first time we're really opening inside. The other days this week, we've been gapping up every day. So no gap and go. We're opening up inside and we're opening up underneath PDC, right? Underneath this level. Here's the open. Let's see what we get. Just nice and patient here, please, folks. Nice and patient. Let's see what we get. Mixed bag in the Mag 7, all right? Most of Mag gapping down here. Tesla 1.67 or 1. Whoa, selling quick here. 1.8% down. 0% down. Nvidia about the same, coming into 2% down. Meta a little bit red, 0.12% down. Google almost a point down. Amazon pretty much flat. Microsoft pretty much flat, and Apple pretty much flat. Letting this shake out here. Not looking to execute anything here at the open. Okay, I think we've got news. I want to double check this. I think we've got news on the way at 10 o'clock as well. I think there's Fed talk at 10. Maybe someone can help me out in chat in case I've missed it. Let's have a look here. Or maybe I'm wrong. 110. 110. All right, so letting this shake out on the book. 10 a.m. Fed. Yeah, I thought it was 10 a.m. Fed, and here it's saying on my screen 110 now. That's very odd. Letting this shake out on the book. You can see, like, no big move in that opening minute. Everyone just waiting to see, letting orders get through the book here. Stacked both sides. That's it. Kashkari at 10 o'clock. Yeah, Fed talk at 10. So I was right. So I don't know why Market Watch not showing it now on my screen. All right, so stuck here at previous day anchor view up. All right, this right here. That's where we're stuck right now. Protecting previous day point of control. Let's just move this down, make sure it's accurate. Protecting previous day point of control. Again, we're just in that sort of potential for an hourly bull flag, but also potential for an hourly head and shoulders. Remember, this is what we're looking at right now. This right here, all right? Are we going to protect these levels and start to find bids and work our way up? Or is this the start of a breakdown to go lower? Don't want to guess this right now. This is in sort of guess territory. So just want to let this do whatever it needs to do. The idea for me, I'd love to see a breakout of this level up here and then failure above it. That would offer really nice risk reward here. Because currently the traders which are having a lot of fun here are the traders in Asia. You've got those 3 drives in Asia. You can see it right here. Uno, dos, tres, okay, and then a failure here and a rotation. So they're having the most fun. I was talking about this last night to a friend of mine. I think last night I was going to set up a nice short if it failed to really get above and hold, which is what we're seeing so far. Okay, so a bit of a swipe up there and sold straight into in these flow zones. You can see right here. Coming back down aggressively now, starting to expand this range a bit more. So here's previous day point of control, coming back down into that afternoon key level. Right, these areas here are key. Right, if they're going to absorb these areas, they're going to go for a rotational day and move back up. Remember, if they're going to absorb these, they can go for that rotation back up. If they start letting go of these, we go for a deeper wash down and we start trading downside, and we can think about a wash of 400s. Break of 400s and staying heavy will take us down to 360s. Break of that will take us all the way down to 300s, and a break of that will take us down to sort of 170. So far heavy at the open. Was yesterday a pump to dump. We're just going to have to see here. I would have loved to have been thinking about short up here, really. Very, very patient this morning. Not in a hurry at all to be executing anything right now. Letting this book shake out, especially knowing we've got Kashkari coming at 10 o'clock. Definitely pools of liquidity we can aim for. We're about to take out these hourly lows here at 400. We're getting very, very close. And like we said, if we take those out, 370, 360s, just so you can see what I'm looking at. If we're going to get heavy here, these are the lows. All right, if it's going to swipe, these are the lows, then these, and then this is the back test of higher time frame RBS. I don't want to get short into this level. It's not what I want to do. It's a good chance we protect it. So I just want to wait and let a clear trend become present today. It might be, and I said to the team, it might be that today is one of these days. All right, and we just chop back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, and build liquidity for the next move. Very, very possible. So far, we've had a failed breakout of Tuesday high. So think about that in a weekly model, what we've done so far. That's all we've seen so far. Unfortunately, not in the New York session. We did it in the overnight session. So finding a bid off that potential demand area. I'm going to delete this. Let's organize myself before I forget. There's your New York open. And let's do an anchored view up off that open print as well, shall we? We've got something set. There we go. That's slightly wrong. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, so let's just see what we get. Finding a bid here. Range quite tight so far this morning. We're 5 minutes in. You've got 47 points of range. So if you think about your opening range, those of you who are opening range traders, there's your 5-minute orb. On the wrong screen here, aren't I? There we go. So starting to break through that 5-minute orb, starting to come back up and back test overnight VWAP. Spiders looking good. Coming back and closing their gap on the spiders. ES doing the same, finding a bid so far. Closing its gap above previous day close. Question is, can this get to previous day high or does it find sellers here? That's the question right now. I'd be asking myself. In towards VWAP, and there's your opening range. So peeked through it. So far not finding a bid through it any further. VIX trading back down towards low of day. QQQ not through PDC yet. So Q's weaker today, and you can see it on the book. Look at the mag. All of the mag red other than Apple. All right, Apple with a bit of relative strength here, only about 0.12% up, but a little bit of relative strength. The rest of the mag selling today. Tesla 2.32% down, Nvidia 2% down, Meta 1/3% down, Google 0.82% down, Amazon 1/4% down, Microsoft just under 1/4% down, and Apple 0.13% up. So just letting this shake out. Like I said, I'm expecting a little bit of chop here this morning until it picks a direction. Spiders have relative strength today. I want to see if this market finds a bid. Does it want to trade through VWAP? Do the Qs want to get back up to here, which is where the ES is right now? And if we're going to do that, are we going to come and clear out previous day high? And at that point, right, if we're going to come and clear it out, are we going to get a failed breakout or a continuation? Apple finding a bid here. It's trying. Spiders are trying. Relative strength on the spiders. Still not executed anything yet. Like I said, very, very patient. Ended up taking a few trades yesterday, the best ones being in the afternoon. Once we'd finished chopping around, looking for those moves back to 400, we made some good money on the charts yesterday in the Discord. Here we go. So opening range break, starting to drive up. Here's your VWAP. Tapping into VWAP here. ES looking very, very strong here. Coming back up to sort of pre-market highs on the spiders. Got a little bit further to go. If it can break, if the spiders can break 576, and it's got to run up towards previous day high here on SPY. NQ just sat at the opening range high on a 5-minute, stuck between that and the VWAP right now. Waiting to see if the mag wants to get going here. I want to be premature in this drive up. Still an inside bar, remember. Until we get through previous day close, previous day high, we're printing an inside bar. This is looking pretty good, though. Starting to try and attempt to move higher here. And slammed instantly through that peak through VWAP. ES as well got absolutely clapped there, which is interesting. We've got divergence on the tape here because ES got slammed. The VIX also is trading at previous day low here. All right, so definitely a bit of divergence while they jostle around here. I'm not too keen to execute anything right now. I just want to let them do what they want to do. Like I said, I wouldn't mind that short if we get a failed breakout of the high. Clean some of this up. Still holding that opening range for now. Well, that's a pretty big reaction there. It's not the size of the candle, it's how quickly it happened in the volume. Look at the volume on that candle. Big participation there. Biggest volume candle of the day. If we start peaking above this and holding above it, then we go for previous day high. If we start getting above these sort of levels here, you can see shorts are in control from these. If we start printing above these, this is possible. Or fail breakout and all the way back down. Both these are an option right now because we're inside. So I know, slower day here, folks, at the morning. Just be patient. Let it shake out. Don't get yourself caught in something. We're only, what, 10 minutes into the day. Plenty of time to be had. Yeah, it feels very choppy, doesn't it? The fact that we've opened inside says a lot to me. The question is, can it get up towards that London high, that 500 level? We know that's been key. It was the target yesterday. If we get up and over it and then fail, we get a failed breakout. Spiders are in a rush here now. All right, SPY going for previous day high here. Major divergence. SPY and ES going for previous day high here. They're looking for that breakout. All right, if they take that liquidity and fail back inside and NQ doesn't do it, then I think we get a rollover in NQ. Because the Qs are weak. Qs have been really weak here at the open. Like I said, they're all red other than Apple, which is just about holding on. Back down to the 930 print here. Be patient, folks. Be patient. No setup here right now. All right, not really. Into demand. Remember, this box has been here. We said we don't want to short into here. It found a bid from there. It's trying to recover. And we're at key levels, right? Either it fails, rotates, or comes back into here, traps and goes. very, very early in this day. I would like to see ES and SPY take out previous day high and then want to see the response afterwards. That's what I'm waiting for at the moment. Nothing clear and obvious. If there's nothing clear and obvious, I'm not trading, not looking to execute. But relative strength in the spiders. If you're long today, that's the one to be long in right now. Morning, Trentry. Morning, Jeffrey. VIX starting to find a little bit of a bid here, trading back up, reclaiming 17 after washing previous day low. So a bit of divergence there in terms of VIX washed previous day low. Spiders didn't wash previous day high. Came very close. Sorry, folks. Still got this head cold. Hopefully it'll be gone by next week. I had it for a whole week now. Nice and still. Morning, Matt. Hope you're good. Patience, patience, patience here. It's tempted to think about lower, but location is not great. And the fact that all indexes left liquidity at the high is a little bit troubling for me. All right, ES is still above previous day close, as is the SPY. Both of those got very close to taking previous day high and didn't take it. Would have been better if we took them out. Back down towards low of day here on the Qs. ES still holding previous day close. NQ definitely the weaker one so far this morning. Still protecting sort of that previous day point of control, this orange level and this blue box. If we start washing those, then there's a chance to move lower. But I feel more confident about taking that if and when at least one of the indexes has swiped previous day high. What I'd like to see is a failed breakout. All right, so if ES can do this move and fail, then this becomes more probable. Feels heavy here. ES back down to PDC yet again. Small orders on the tape. 400. Big orders down at 250 right now. 15 minutes until we get that new H1, H4 candle and we get Kashkari. All right, maybe the market waiting for that. Your range still pretty tight here this morning. 15 minutes in, you got 62 points of range. Scott, is a 5-minute opening range rate or a 15-minute opening range rate better for NQ? There's no better, mate. It all depends how you like to trade. 5 minutes can offer you obviously more opportunities scalping because you're into the trades quicker. 15-minute probably offers you better confluence in terms of holding a position longer. Currently, we're just trading inside of that range, aren't we? 3 days in a row trading like this with no real movement. Well, the movement has been coming. We've just had to be patient for it. You have to understand, it's unfortunate. It's because Asia and London are getting some decent moves. And also, we're in a counter trend, right? The daily's rotating off that lower Bollinger Band, looking to backtest higher. Like I said, I think yesterday, I can't remember if it was yesterday on stream or on Discord, but you don't want to be a buyer up high. All right, so a lot of that initial move was buyers, all right, off the lows on the rotation. Or once we were 14% down on the Qs. After that, we're in sort of squeeze mode, right? Shorts getting squeezed out. ES back to VWAP here. SPY back to VWAP here. Market starting to let go a little bit. It's back down towards low of day. VIX finding a little bit of a bid. 1722 now on the VIX. Remember, we were looking for a breakout of 1760 on the VIX. Through 1760, we get a breakout towards 1777s. Through that, we can start drifting higher on the VIX. That will add downside pressure on the market if today's going to be the day. I have 5 jobs, so I can only trade the first 2 hours, and I missed the fun. That failed option play great yesterday, but missed it because I had to work. Yeah, it happens sometimes, Scrooge. It happens. The other option is you put the trade on a set and forget, or you try and play some swings. If you're trying to run multiple jobs, it might be better to look at taking some swing trades, trade the first 2 hours, and then look to see if there's a trade that was set up over 2 or 3 days. So back towards demand here. ES starting to let go. Market starting to rotate. This is starting to look a little bit heavier here as we're gunning for those hourly lows. So first level here it's looking for is that 403, basically 400. Snap of that, we back test 372. All right, so it all depends if they wash under and find a bid here, or if they go under, trade back inside, stay heavy. They didn't swipe those hourly lows yet. Still protecting them. 400s, basically. You can see them right here. This blue box. This is why this blue box is here. These lows here. Everything being protected here for now. Have to be careful. Not looking for a short unless it confirms underneath and stays heavy. It will need to come underneath and stay heavy. All right. Otherwise, this is still an opportunity. Like you can tell, I'm very patient. I do not want to get trapped here, all right, in this morning chop around. We're in tight range, 68 points of range. That is not a lot of range right now. Looks like it wants that sweep of that hourly level right now. That's what it feels like it's looking for. 400 on deck. Very, very close. We've got an old anchored view up here at 395s as well. So there's your 400, well, there or thereabouts. Did we sweep those levels? Yes, right. Hourly's now taken. Just about came under blue box. So reaction here. Let's see what we do. Are all pushes sold into now? Or is it just like a little liquidity sweep to think about going high? If they start selling into all pushes, into 433s, then we're thinking about that move back down towards 370, 360. Apple having some strength here, almost 0.5% up now. Pretty impressive. There's the 400 break. Back down into an old anchor here. I have an old anchor here on my charts on NinjaTrader. ES still not taking the lows. I don't like that we're leaving highs and lows in this market right now. It's kind of ugly. Here's the expansion. All right, so wanting to get involved in this potentially for that move down towards 360 right now. It's tight range. It's not offering a whole lot. Don't want to get trapped here if it's just going to turn and burn. So just waiting to see if it builds out a little bit of structure here. Because we've broken under. Are we going to start rejecting these sort of levels here, building something like this for the move down? Or are we going to reclaim at this point the shorts are off the table and we start going higher? Fed speaker in 10 minutes, yeah. Oh, just catching up here. Oh, sorry, did someone ask about the volume? I missed that. Sorry, chat. JD Florida man, yeah, SATI volume bars. SATI volume bars. All right, expansion here, getting good expansion here, lower. Not building out any structure yet, though. All right, remember, we'd need some kind of bear flag or something to participate in. Not looking to just short lows without back testing. If it goes without me, it goes without me. Going to be disciplined. We're extended from flow zones. Right, this is a quick melt through levels. It's not built out any liquidity here for me to sort of play off. If it keeps drifting lower, it's going to be hard to get involved. I want to see if it sort of back tests 400, 420, somewhere up there and stays heavy. ES staying heavy here. Qs look like they're in a rush to get to previous day low. We've previous day low on the spiders. We'll also have to think about that 200-day moving average. It's been protecting that the last few sessions. So here we go. Here's the drive. How high can this go now? And do we see sellers come back in on the tape? The problem for me is we're getting very close to that new 4-hour and hourly bar here. Looking at the tape, some selling into 425, some bigger moves up towards 500. So I wonder if they're going to try and force this market to come up and search for them. So far, don't be that quick. That's nothing. That wick is, if that's it, that is absolutely nothing to play off. Looking for a move up to here, and that's all it got. Wow. Heavy here. That was it. That was it for that first play. Didn't offer much at all. Come on. Higher, 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 higher. Let's set up something into this new hour. Have a look at a 4 hour here quickly. Think about how we can rebalance on this 4 hour. Want to be careful on the 4 hour as we drift into these old levels. Want to be really careful into these levels here, 360. Don't want to be short too far down here. We've got structure down here where it can find a bid. All right, so from a 4 hour perspective, there's a 4 hour drive. That's a back test. I don't want to be short into here. I want to really, technically, if that sets up a long, I'll join it. If it melts underneath, then we can think about it. It's making it tricky in terms of where it's positioning into this new hour. Again, like I said at the open, Asia traders having a lot of fun this week. They're getting all the moves. All the moves coming from Asia this week. Continuing lower here. So we're getting very close to that block. You can see into this higher time frame algo level and this blue block. Failure of that, we're going to keep going down towards 300s. Failure of that all the way into here. This is a higher time frame backtest if we do this move. So like we talked about yesterday, so far it seems like a pump to dump. Unfortunately, just entry model came at 6 a.m. this morning or at 9 o'clock last night. Oh, I'm getting frustrated now. Getting frustrated. This is so weak. So 200-day moving average here on the spiders. Be very, very careful. They might want to try and find a bid here for a moment. You've got 6 minutes left. Morning, John. 6 minutes left until we get that Fed speaker. Cleaning up my charts a little bit. So far, inside bar, we're still, just have a peek at the daily, all right? Just make sure you're having a peek on the daily, understand where you are, all right? Inside bar here. If we start letting go of the previous day low, we wash right into these levels here. This is an imbalance. This is an RBS level, all right? This is possible to still set up the next leg. That would be one leg, 2 legs. That would be a third leg. Failure in here. What do we set up on a daily? Just make sure you're thinking about the higher time frames here to stop you getting too trapped. Apple's still holding on. The rest of the market heavy. Nvidia very heavy. That's the weakest one right now. 3.37% down. Any of you in this short? Did any of you catch that little swipe up there? I was looking for it to just come back and test this. If we had done that, I was looking for this short here. Just didn't quite get to where I wanted. Market in a hurry to move lower right now. Nice, lots of you in it. Oh, you're doing better than me, folks. You're doing better than me if you're in this. Nice work. Oh, Christy. Well, that's a nice problem to have for once, isn't it? Nice tech problem to have. Trading view froze on him and almost went over profit target. Still drifting lower here. All pops starting to fail. We're coming into this big level here. Right, make sure you're looking at your hourlies and stuff. All right, you can see it right here. Where are we coming into? This is the level where we found bids and broke out from. We need to be careful here. We don't want to short in the hole. We need drives higher to fail to give us good RR here. We've got 4 minutes until a new hourly bar, new 4 hour bar, and Kashkari talks. This is just melting without me. Unfortunately, this was inside. I didn't want to take this. I wanted something here. And sometimes this happens. It doesn't set up and it just goes without you. Unfortunate. So we just got to be patient. But if you got that, well done. Like I said, that might have been it. And it was. I really wanted that back test just a little bit higher. You can see how fussy I am with my trades. Like I want structure to be built out. I want it to support or back test key levels before I get involved. I'm not looking to just slam in. This is just going to go and go and go and go now. Replicanto for monthly subscription or one-time purchase. It's one-time fee, Replicanto. There's no monthly subscription on that. It's just a one-time fee. All trade copies are the same as far as I know. All right. QQQ is taking out previous day low. The NQ is in a hurry to try and get to previous day low. That's what we're gunning for right now on the Qs. SPY is about to take out previous day low right now. ES not there quite yet. So the indexes, SPY and the QQQ, have both taken out previous day low. Heavy, heavy, heavy here as it guns for that previous day low. What a huge candle here. So we'd have to think the next candle might want to rebalance some of this. All right, this is the problem. We're just extending all the way down, slamming lower. Bulls are trapped in this right now. But we don't want to short down here. Look how big this move is. All right, previous day lows here. Big move down. We need some kind of something to get short to take this out. We don't want to get short here in case this move happens before it takes it out. That's the issue right now. So it looks like we're getting a perfect weekly model here. Those who are doing the course, think about what we got overnight. All right, think about what we got overnight. Think about what we did versus yesterday. So both the ETFs have swiped the lows. Just be aware of that. Both the ETFs have swiped the lows. So finding a little bit of bidding here in front of 300. You got to think it will move back down and take those out when it's ready. Unlikely to protect them all, but like I said, the ETFs. This is what happened yesterday. If you remember at the highs, the ETFs took the highs, and we had divergence versus the futures, which did not take the highs. We've got a little bit of covering here in front of that new hourly bar. Still think it wants to take the lows, but like we said, bit of divergence. So SPY ripped through that low, starting to find a bid back above it. ES didn't get there yet, right? That's the divergence that I'm talking about between the ETFs and the futures right now. You got 20 seconds until a new hourly bar. Very possible this hourly bar swipes down and takes it. But if you're in this short, you can, move your stop down with it. I wouldn't be adding into this right now. And we can think about, if we're going to stay heavy versus previous day low, there's more and more chance here that we melt all the way back down towards 20,170. If we stay heavy versus this, there's a very good chance we get down into this down here. These are my flow zones. Who's that asking? Marcio. This is a custom indicator, like this right here. You get it for free when you do my course, right? The link's down below. Right, one-time fee. You get my custom indicators, you get a 20-hour on-demand course, and you get my private Discord community, all for a one-time fee, $649. Links down below. Lots of people in YouTube right now have already done it. All right, most people here are students of mine, and we work together. Trentry, you did not take the trade. Yeah, neither did I. Just to say, I'd go with TDU copy. I haven't used that. Any good? It must be decent if you're recommending it. All right, new hourly bar, new 4-hour bar here. Kashkari now talking as well. Remember, ideally, we want a drive higher to short into. You don't want to be shorting lows, do we? All right, so where can we backtest? We can backtest this level. Really, most of the structure is all the way up here. All right, but if this is going to stay weak and get in a hurry to go lower, yeah, I'd like a drive higher for me to think about a short, maybe a 2-leg drive higher and then come back for those previous day lows. But the only thing that concerns me is the ETFs. The ETFs have swiped them. It's the only thing concerning me right now. Need to see some of this reprice. I want this H1, H4 to reprice a bit. Look at the size of the last H1 candle, right? Huge imbalance. Look at this. Big move down. We can reprice some of this and still move lower, all right? But we are in demand down here. Look at this block. Where are we into? Demand. We need to reprice higher first before we think about anything else. All of the mag now red. Looking for this to build out like a bear flag or head and shoulders, something that we can risk off, ideally. This is very, very weak right now to not give much upside. Looking at trying to move my charts around here, see if we can find a 5-minute imbalance, because the 15-minute imbalance is huge. Basically the hourly, because it was such a big move down. Low hanging fruit now is previous day low. RR to get there is not good. SPY finding a bid off the high time frame algo. Relative strength remains in the SPY. Here we go. Here's a squeeze higher. Probably got Kashkari talking right now. So into flow zone, starting to back test some of these key levels that we talked about. Remember, we want to see it build out some form of bear flag. It might be here. It might be a 2-leg and then a fail. Up here will be key. Any reclaim of this, you want to be well out of this. If they go V-shape and reclaim this, you don't want to be thinking about short, trust me. There's too many shorts chased down here and they get up to this level here. I'd be very, very careful. Doesn't seem probable, but you just never know. Yeah, Peter saying he's closed it. Didn't quite get to his target. Got very, very close. Might still get there. I'm just trying to open up to see if I can see the news, because still Financial Juice have not fixed their news feed into Discords. Been on email with them for 2 days. They still can't get it fixed. They've got a bug. Big swipe up and big fail there on the ES. Right into flow zones and got stuffed into those flow zones. I'd like this continuation short. I'd just like something to firm up a little bit before I take it. Starting now, small size, in case it's going to go without me. That's because we keep rejecting the flow zones there, as you can see. My red bands, there we go, beautiful. All right. Can we break down? Failure to break down to give us the break of structure lower will catch shorts off guard, all right? Have to be careful there. Failure to break lower will be a problem for shorts. Just be aware of that. Can't be like getting too greedy here. If it doesn't want to do it, it doesn't want to do it. Like we said, the ETS have already done the move. Maybe TR, yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm going to get back in contact with them again. I've tried 2 different options. One kind of widget type thing that does the work for them, and their own one within Financial Juice, and neither of them are working. They've been working for years for me, so slightly odd there. Don't give me errors on my screen. Ninja Trader, oh my god, Ninja Trader. Wow. Same as the other day, couldn't move stops. Fantastic. This is why I'm a bit scared trading Ninja Trader this morning. It wouldn't open for 4 times in a row and now can't move a stop. Come on, mate. Come on. Bloody things. Bloody tech this week. Everyone deciding they're trying to update everything this week. Trading View update. Ninja Trader messing around. Discord changing it. It's just like, why? Can we not get an option to opt in or opt out? You know what I mean? I'd rather have the option, please. Ay. So that cost me there. I was nicely in the money. Couldn't move it down and about to get swiped. There we go. So small loss there, but it is what it is. I've got to just take it on the chin. If I can't do anything with tech, then so be it. It's just how it is sometimes. Yeah, I know, Peter. It really doesn't like me, does it? It doesn't like me at all. So still waiting for this to build out. I'll have another go at it. I'm tempted to take all the links off in case there's a major problem. Looking for that previous day low move. Back in this again now. Looking for that swipe down lower. Just doesn't want to do it. Keeps getting stuck. Oh, I've got to close this again. Can't move stops. Really? Really not going to let me move anything. I've got to do a reset here, folks. Flipping heck, mate. It's not just stops I can't move limits, can't move everything. It just hangs, leaves them on the screen, and then fills them no matter what. I had this the other day, and it cost me fairly big because it just started filling limits, which I couldn't get off the screen. I don't understand what's going on with this thing. Yeah, I tried that as well, Miguel. I did it already. Already done it, mate. Already one step ahead of you. Yeah, for the merger. Can you imagine? Still staying heavy here. Market staying heavy. VIX looking like it wants to break out here. You have to install a new version of NT8. Yeah, I'm on the latest version. I had to do a full restore 2 weeks ago because nothing would open. Actually, I've had more problems since doing that, unfortunately. Trump now talking as well. Fantastic. That's helpful, isn't it? Talking about Greenland. All right, I'm not interested in trading if he's going to start talking. We can get like a 200-point swipe. Oh, yeah. So Kashkari talking, Trump talking, and I have tech issues yet again. Trifecta, yeah. Feels like it wants to break down here. Feels like it still wants to do that previous day low sweep. Trump talking about taking Greenland. I just think that's so ridiculous, man. All right, here's the move for previous day low. Like I said, I've got hanging orders now. It's done the same thing. So it's hung me an old order and filled it, and it doesn't show it on the screen. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is the problem. It's not showing me orders, and it's filling stuff. Exactly what I did the other day. Just like ghost orders on the screen. Jesus Christ, Ninja Trader. How am I supposed to execute like this? I'm scared to close it because I'll come back and have a max loss. If I can't see the orders on the screen. And they don't show on my orders tab. Fucking hell, mate. Two are lost now for literally for no reason. I knew I shouldn't have bothered today. The moment it didn't open, I knew there was going to be a flipping issue. And the worst thing is, no one ever takes responsibility. Ninja Trader don't, Trader8 don't, Apex don't, and you get left here like a muggins by yourself. Previous day low, still the low-hanging fruit, okay? That's where it wants to move to. There's buys at 300 and then 250. That is where it's trying to move to right now. It's attempting to move lower. Again, it's put me into an order. Oh my God, I don't know what to do here. If I disconnect, will it still run orders? Yeah, I'm using Trader8 Hot Snap. I'm happy that's working well for you. It will still run orders. Yeah, it's not that I can't cancel all. I can press cancel all. It doesn't show me orders on the screen, and then it's like ghosting and filling stuff which isn't there. Fucking hell, man. Remember, you got Trump talking right now. Sorry, I'm losing focus here because it's quite hard to stay calm when this is happening. Trump talking right now. You're coming for previous day low. That's what the market's looking for. It's looking to swipe previous day low. Through previous day low, we can start breaking down. $250 is on the book underneath it, by the way, if you're interested. All right, if it really starts melting, you've got $250 underneath it. Be very careful if they keep protecting it. Remember, we're into a higher time frame level where it might want to find a bid here. I can't trade now for the rest of the day. I'm like 2-3 down on something I'm not doing. So it's very hard for me to think about this. I'm starting to like lose patience with NinjaTrader and tech for the last week. Yesterday, you had to log into TradeAvate on the phone to close a position. Yeah, that's annoying. I'm about $9,000 on the day right now. Damn. It's fucking crazy. All from stuff I haven't executed. It's just wild. And there's previous day low. Just be careful if they sweep this and turn inside. Remember, break down under this, and you have that move down to 230 and then 170. There's your pop off it. You have Trump talking. Be very, very careful. Traderfy is aware of the issue. Really? Oh, that'd be nice if they are. If I get to like actually sort this out, that'd be lovely. Sorry, folks. Hard for me to stay calm when it does this to me. It's given back like 3 days of profits here. Very hard for me to be chill when this happens. Big breath. They just posted on Discord. All right, well, that's a good start. Maybe they'll sort it out, but then you have to have Apex agree with them. You know, that's the next thing. So big drive up here from the spiders. Testing the 200-day moving average on the SPY. Relative strength there. Might want to trade all the way back to view up here on the SPY. TradeAvate and TradingView also giving me issues. All right, so lots of people having issues here. It's not just me, but my biggest issue is that I've been here before and no one does anything about it. And as a trader, you're left to sort of, I don't know what you want to say, like clean up the pieces yourself, so to speak. Does that make sense? Yeah, I see that with Trump being very aggressive, like that we have to have Greenland. I just think those are really irresponsible comments, personally. Back down towards the low of day here. Market very, very weak. That last pop on ES sold into as well. Risk reward not great, but we are looking good for potential trend. But just think we've pretty much taken previous day low, or very, very close. ES has not taken it. Do we get like a proper dump down here underneath it? That's the question. They keep absorbing here. There's previous day low. It's actually taken it now this time, so it's actually swept. Oh, I'm so frustrated, man. I want to be very careful here how it's building liquidity. It might come and clean all these guys up, all right? If you're late to the short here, it's very possible it does this move here. Decision on tariffs to be case-by-case basis. Scared to take a trade now. Scared to take a trade now at all. Even after rebooting. Jesus. Good news is they're all still above threshold, but the bad news is it's just wiped out 2 days of work, 2.5 days of work, maybe more. It's on Financial Juice. You can see his comments on Financial Juice, all right? Starting to consolidate hard here. We either get a breakdown here and a dump, or they just run it back upside for everyone that got trapped trying to short into the lows here. Remember, we're into a big higher time frame level. Snapping under this will open the gate for a flush down lower, but at the moment, we haven't broken down underneath. Now we're starting to break down. Now, that's a cleaner break now. So the question is, do they turn this inside or not? Are they really going to start letting this go here? It's got me in something again. And it's not showing on my screens. Oh my God, man. What the fuck is going on today? Sorry for my rude words there, team, but this is just ridiculous. Breaking down lower. So any rejection now towards 300. Would love to be in this now, but can't. There's ES taking previous day low here now. Be very, very careful. Everything's now swiped previous day low. You would need to see this back test and reject. You don't want to short into the lows. Remember, there's buyers at 250, and then beneath that, we're going to go all the way back to 170. I'd like to be involved in this, but I'm kind of scared to press anything right now. Everything I press in this thing just keeps getting me absolutely whacked. Trade down to 170 is possible. All right, if they really let this go, a trade down to 170 is possible. Need a pop though. I can't chase down here. And even if I did, I don't think I'd get filled. I think it would do nothing and then fill me 5 minutes later somewhere random. This is costing me a big old payout this Friday, that's for sure. Just watching the book now, not looking to enter down here. That draw is down to 170, like we talked about, down into this block. I'd like a way to enter this, but it's not giving me anything. ES is coming back down to its 200-day moving average as well, 5793. Need some relief here for me to think about a short. Cannot just chase in here. It's in a hurry to move lower right now, that's for sure. Trying to be calm, trying to mentally reset here. Because one good trade can change anything. VIX breaking out of those levels we talked about. All right, sorry, I missed this because I'm definitely feeling a bit of tilt here. VIX breaking out of 1777 right now, driving higher. Need a pullback in this market for me to think about short. We're extended away from everything right now. Cannot be thinking about short down here. Need a pullback to back test some of these levels for me to be thinking about a short where I might be able to make some of my money back. Right now, it's giving me absolutely no chance to do that. We're in full melt zone, coming back down to the 200-day moving average on the ES like we talked about. What do you mean I'm in a bit too early, Izzy? Like, I couldn't manage my trade. I was in nice, looking for this move here. This was not too early. This was beautiful. I just couldn't manage the trade, and then it just started ruining my trades, putting limits on which I couldn't move. Crawford, I'm down big. I'm down massive right now because it keeps ghost ordering me into trades. Won't let me move my stops or limits. I keep getting error messages, which I sent to Apex the other day, and they agreed with that it's a problem. They asked me to reach out to Ninja and Tradeovate. They said it's nothing that they can do their end. I'm having the same issue. So this is the second time this week, unfortunately. What do you mean now it's your fault? I don't understand, mate. I wasn't in too early. I had a nice entry. I just couldn't manage the trade. There's nothing I can do. If I can't manage the trade and it's then doing ghost orders and giving me errors on screen, there's literally nothing I can do. It's not anyone's fault, but I just can't manage it. So, I've closed everything down. I've reset it. I'm doing what I can to like mitigate emotions, but I definitely don't need to be told that I'm in a bad position. I was never entered in a bad trade. Right, back testing previous day low here on the ES. Let's see if we come back up to previous day low here on the NQ. And if we stay heavy there, or if we go and take it. If we start to reprice above it, then you get breakout traders trapped below it. Really depends what they do here into previous day low. 292. So we're looking to see how we act back in towards 300, basically. We squeeze up here. Do they reclaim the whole thing and go for a full rotation back upside after sweeping? Very, very possible. You think about the H1, it can do big, big moves here. Right, it's been a big reprice down today. The range right now on the day is big, and we're coming into that initial balance kind of zone. We've got 250 odd points here. This is the area. I want to see if we can make some form of bear flag into this area, or to try and get heavy. And if we reclaim, then it's a long back up. Those are the plays setting up right now. I honestly don't know if I'm going to press anything. I'm so scared. If I can't move my stop and then it fills some of them and not all of them and then puts me back in on a master account on others, I'm just scared to take anything now. I even said it before they opened to my team on Discord. I'm scared to trade on Ninja Trader when it doesn't open properly. It's almost like it's got 3 or 4 of them open, which it doesn't. I've checked Task Manager. It just makes it very, very hard. Trading is hard enough as it is without tech issues. It's just how it is. Okay, drifting back up towards this area that we're talking about. Remember, low run of liquidity is here. If it wants to come and take these guys and reclaim, it can come back up into here very, very easily. Remember, if it reclaims previous day low, then you get breakout shorts underneath previous day low trap. That's what we have to be careful of if you're thinking about the short. It's a big move down. Hourly can reprice if it wants to. So 325 on the book. 100 lot up there, 325. We'll be deep into flow zones if it does that. I'm going to clean this up. I don't think we need this one anymore. Broken through it. Let me just check some of these. Maybe actually. Let's change you to red. Coming into these backtest levels. All right, we're coming into these backtest levels like we talked about. ES has already reclaimed previous day low. Just be aware of that. Apple still has relative strength. Still sellers on the tape up towards 325. So small selling in front of 300, 325, bigger, 120 lot up there. And above that, 350. Trying to be chill here, trying to be calm. Watching VIX here to see if it holds this level we broke out from. Remember, we talked about that sort of 1780. If it finds a bid here to squeeze higher, then the market will get weak. If it can't find a bid, if it starts trading inside, the market might have some more relief. So just looking at it for potential confluence, basically. Higher the better right here in the market for me. If it can offer some good RR and a nice setup. I only need one good setup at least to get half of this money back. To make it a more manageable loss. It's like I've lost 3 big trades today, which is not ideal. ES might want to run for sort of 815, 817 and VWAP here. So I'm watching that as well. I might do an anchor off the high of day as well here. What was high? Let's do it off that, off the failure. Okay. So initial balance now set. Remember, if it wants to do a full rotation, it can. All right, back to VWAP, IB to VWAP, very, very possible. If it wants to rotate through VWAP to IB high, it's also allowed to do that. If it makes a higher low here, then I'm going to expect this to drift higher. All right, if this pullback starts holding, I'm going to expect this to drift higher right now. After sweeping. So far, rejecting previous day low on the NQ, there or thereabouts. We missed it by a little bit. 300 test would be better. Not touching anything. What a nightmare. What a nightmare scenario. Let's see if they can keep squeezing higher here. Let's see how high they get. My bigger issue now is I'm going to lack confidence until I know what this issue is between my trade of 8 and Ninja, whatever this issue is. Until I know how to fix it, it's going to be a problem for me. I'm going to really struggle to take trades because I'm not going to trust it. All right, Spider's coming back up, to back test previous day low here. ES trying to, well, it's already through it. ES is maybe looking for that internal liquidity into sort of 814, 817. Previous day low here on the NQ right here, right now. Liquidity above into 300, 325, 350. Right, liquidity above into those levels. Remember this, all the shorts here might want to sweep these guys out before it comes down, and then it can choose either to produce a higher low here or it can come underneath. If you look at the hourly, it's been a big move down. This might want to reprice on the hourlies. Welcome to reprice if it wants to. Higher the better right now if we're going to think about shorts. Lower time frame starting to shift through these, but if we can get through these and then set some form of bull trap up there and some sort of wash, that would be great. Otherwise, we can think about longs if it starts to reclaim key levels. Keeps knocking on the door of that previous day low here. Keeps tapping away. QQQ is way, way, way away from previous day low, so you're aware on the ETFs. Very far away. VIX is failing back inside right now, so not liking the thought of a short then. 300, well, I was thinking, I don't know if it'd be 300 and flush, because you got an order at 325 and low-hanging fruit up here that it might want to wash out. It's possible. It's possible, but you know, it might want to do a swipe up first and take everyone out the market. If it starts to roll, then maybe. Flow zone's so far holding it down, but this can still be a like micro bull flag to go higher. That's the problem. The fact that ES is above previous day low and the fact that VIX has not found a bid yet would have me a bit worried right now about that move lower. So far getting stuck. I want to see this push higher, clean out some internal liquidities before I think about the short. Keeps getting stuck there though, for sure. It keeps getting stuck there at previous day low. It's a big sort of area, this. Even on the H1, right? This area here. It's a big area. Do we reject this or do we need to come back into this area first? Do we need to rebalance this? That's the question. Ideally not. Ideally not that far. I think bulls take control. Still in an upcycle here on the lower time frame, still repricing on lower time frame. Still has internal highs it's searching for right now. Like I said, ES a bit stronger here. SPY coming back up to previous day low here on the ETF. ES is already well through it. If ES wants to go for that internal liquidity at sort of 814, 817, back towards VWAP, it can do so. That would be an initial balance rotation back to VWAP. It's possible to do it. Very, very possible. We do it numerous times, don't we? We talk about it so many times, the IB trade back to VWAP. Hey, ay, 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 ay. Still not filled that 300 or the 325, guys. Still protecting previous day low. There was one little peak over it. I still think this can drift higher first. Not looking for longs here. Happy to look for shorts. If my body can calm down, all right? I'm definitely feeling tilt right now from what happened to me this morning. Trying to calm myself down. If I can't do that, then I can't execute. I'll be better off coming back tomorrow. It's just one day's trade. So one good trade tomorrow will eradicate absolutely everything today. I'm trying to remember that. In my head, so you can see tilt live on screen. This is what it looks like when you're pissed off when the market is working for you, but tech isn't. Hopefully get a solution. Maybe if there's that much of an issue. If there's that much of an issue, like people are saying Trader 8 knows an issue, maybe I'll get an email and they'll fix it. I don't know. This is the second time this week, though. So trading back through previous day low here, tapping into it. Remember, we've got this low hanging fruit, this liquidity trend here. It might want to tap into somewhere around here. We've got these anchored VWAPs off New York Open and the highs and the deep pullbacks. All right, so some kind of trade into here will offer better RR, and then we know, if we can get enough bulls trapped in and then we turn, it's good. If we start basing above here, I'd be very concerned about a reprice into this level up here. I want to be very cautious about that. Shorts should be the play today until it proves otherwise. Shorts should be the play until it proves otherwise today. Yeah, I don't trade with Rhythmic, Peter. I've had too many issues with those over the last few years. I only trade with Trader 8. Starting to see a bit of weakness versus these flow zones and previous day low here. Like I said, I'd like this to trade higher first. VIX starting to find a bid around that 1760. Starting to try and find a bid. I might just get a refresh of coffee here. Give myself a second to think. All right. Still rejecting PDL. I'd love some sort of pump higher and then a failure. Just building out liquidity here. It's setting up for a move one way or another on a lower time frame. You can see we've started like contracting. I'd like that move to be upside so it offers better RR for a failure later in the day. Let's do an anchor off this low, see if it's protecting that. Yeah. Okay. Somewhere up here, I'm more interested in the short. Somewhere up here. I don't really want to take it down here. Unless it's very clear and obvious that it wants to stay heavy. I'm watching spiders keep trading back into previous day low. Rejected it once. They're going to have another attempt into it. It's got the 200-day moving average above it there and VWAP. So how the spiders act into there is key. If they start reclaiming the 200-day moving average and the VWAP, then there's a much bigger upside squeeze potential in this market if that was a dump to pump. We said I would have loved to have been short today over or around previous day highs. That was the short. Rejecting that again. Didn't quite get to previous day low there on the spiders. Still don't trust this. We're just in a tight range here for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 odd minutes. So very tight. Look at your 5 and 15 minute bars are starting to tighten up. Julian, yeah, good luck with that. Honestly, it feels like it works fine. It's so weird. I get these, I can show you. I had to show you what I get because I had to post it to someone. Where is it? I get these. This comes up. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see it. I get these come up on screen, and then I can't move these at all. Right, so I use an ATM. I can't move my limits, and then it won't fill. And sometimes it fills, and then it sets another order instantly. I don't understand it. I've cleared the cache, cleared everything. Done a reset. I've done everything I can. My end. No one's given me a solution. It's almost like something's got confused. I've redone my ATMs. I've done everything possible there is to do. But the biggest worry I've got is no one's offering me a solution. It's one thing losing money. All right, so lost some money today. Okay, whoopsie-doo. That's not great, is it? But the bigger problem is if I don't have a solution, I feel unconfident to trade. So still building out here. Starting to fail versus that previous day low, but I still don't trust this. This range is very tight here on a 5 minute. Very, very tight here. No, that's Ninja Trader. It's got nothing to do with Replicanto. It even happens when I trade it on just on one account. It's a problem between Ninja Trader and Tradervate. There is some kind of issue there, or at least on my system. And this is like 2 or 3 days now I've had issues. Like I said, I couldn't even log into Ninja Trader this morning. It took like 4 attempts. And we talked about it in Discord. I was scared to trade because as soon as I can't log into Ninja Trader, it causes issues for me. Here's proof. All right, so starting to roll over a little bit here. Again, I would have loved this to move higher first. I'd love to see a 2-leg pullback first. 1, 2, and then a failure. Protecting here right now on the anchor view up off the low. So not a great place for me to think about a short. Just not going to offer me the RR, is it? So PDL, back down to PDL on the ES. Let's see if it finds a bid there. If not, we're going to get weak in this market. Starting to rotate now. So ES protecting previous day low. Right, that failure came back down, tapped previous day low, soaking off it. See, I can try it, JD Florida man. Yeah, exactly, Peter. It's not even the money. Like, just give me a solution. Even if you're not going to like sort my accounts out, just give me a solution so it doesn't happen. That's my biggest fear at the moment. Is like I can't execute trades, and it's happened pretty much out the blue. It's not like I've changed anything or done a big update. I got rid of the what's it called, the Microsoft Cloud, whatever it is. I got rid of that on my system. I installed a whole new Ninja Trader. I've done absolutely everything within my power to try and fix it. But you want to be careful here. If this sets a higher low, higher high will be confirmed by this, and then we're coming back into these levels. The move today is short. It's just, can we get like a good price to get short from, right? Can we get a good area to think about getting short from? Don't like the divergence. VIX looking better now. VIX trying to drive higher. I see VIX really break out that 1780 again. This is looking better if the VIX can get going, if ES is going to let go of previous day low. Danger here is that we set a higher low here on a lower time frame, that is. We're into that daily imbalance. Like, it's just not, there's nothing I like trading down here into that daily imbalance. This is a problem. I think about where we're at, where we're thinking about that draw into. We're into it. Right, so next level would be into here. Very, very close to these levels, aren't we? Might want to find a bid here to do this over the next week or two, unless it gets stuck. So location's got worse and worse and worse for the day. Really started to slow down, this market, hasn't it? It's kind of come to a bit of a grinding halt here. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like, Peter. It's kind of completely stopped. VIX starting to get going here, though. Remember, if VIX gets through 1780 and clears its current higher day, the market might get weak. You've got to be careful here if it sets a higher low. It's not setting up the short that I want. I want that 2-leg higher before I think about getting short. I want bigger relief before I think about anything. Kashkari, this kind of wash between the forces, interest rates and tariffs. Uncertain about the effects of tariffs. So that's the set of the higher low there, or the attempt to set the higher low there. ES reclaiming previous day low. I'm watching SPY to see if it reclaims previous day low. Watching NQ to see if it reclaims previous day low. And if we do, then maybe a move into these VWAPs is possible and come and clear these guys out. So does it do this? And at that point, does it offer that short back down? Don't really want to play counter trend longs today. Much rather play the short side today and be in line with the higher time frame. Yeah, nice work, Peter. Nice work, everyone that got that. Sorry, I've been very distracted today, given what's gone on. I've tried to keep my calm as best as possible. Probably not the best stream to watch today, unfortunately. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. All right, so maybe a swipe of internal liquidity coming up towards that 295, 300. If they get through that, they send it to 325 on the book. And then we're watching these levels up here. Remember, 325 anchor VWAP off the high. This is your New York VWAP. This is liquidity it can search for. There's your higher low set. There's your flag. So maybe something like this coming. And then from this point, I think if there's a failure, if there's something like this, I'm going to look for this move back down. If they reclaim it, then It's off the table. Internal liquidity 96.25, I think I have it at. That's what it's looking to take out. Stop run that will take you a higher into 325s and above. And the anchors into around here. That's where it's trying to go right now. New H1 bar coming as well in 7 minutes. We can also think about that H1 bar. Starting to see a W here and starting to want to trade up into here now. It's definitely not all rainbows and unicorns, you're right. It is about managing yourself, isn't it? I don't think I've done a bad job of managing myself today. I felt tilt coming on. I've had to calm down, try and figure out what's wrong. I've done a reset. I've tried to be calm on the screens. I've walked away, got a coffee, haven't executed since. I'm doing everything I can to control my risk. It's been very easy for me to go slamming buttons in annoyance. All right, so here's your squeeze. Drifting higher right now. Remember, liquidity on the tape here into 325. You've got these VWAPs above. ES doing the same kind of thing. It's looking to take out the internal liquidity and trade back into VWAP 816-ish, somewhere around that. That's what the market's trying to do right now. It's looking for that squeeze higher. Retesting previous day low here. Let's see if it holds on to it and finds a bid to go higher now. If it doesn't, then we set up that 2-leg. Remember, I'm looking for a 2-leg. I really want it to come up at here. I don't want it to be short. I want it to come up at here, give some failure, and then give this. And we get something like that with a head and a quasi and a failure underneath and a rotation back down to IB low. That would be ideal. Higher the better right now. Clean these guys out even better. No unicorns, I'm out. So I'll show you my losses as well, just so you can see. So you can see it all linked. All right. Manageable. It's manageable. It's not ideal, but you know, one good trade, 2 half decent trades, we get that back, and that's the way I have to think about it. Yeah. If I get a nice 50 pointer today, I'll end up the day 300 up. That's what I'm saying to myself in my head. Like, it's doable. Just gotta wait. The liquidity on the books still there. They're still looking to get filled up into these VWAPs, right? They're still looking to get filled. JD Florida man, I did that the other day, my friend, and sent video and screenshots, and it didn't help, unfortunately. No one wanted to help me. Here's the pullback. This is the second leg. We want this to go higher first. I really don't want this to fail straight away. Would like this to get back up inside, but SPY is rejecting previous day low here aggressively. VIX failed though. Lack of confluence here. Back to where we broke out from, back towards that anchored VWAP. I would like this to go higher first. I really want this second leg to go higher first. Please don't just drop it here. So holding its RBS lower time frame, we want this to go higher first, right? Just from personal perspective, offers better RR if we get back into somewhere up there would be ideal. Especially knowing that they're on the book up there. They're trying to, there's 100 lot, 112 lot trying to get through, filled at 325 in the deep flow zone pullbacks towards those anchored VWAPs off the highs, the selling anchored VWAPs somewhere up there. Definitely seeing weakness here in the spiders though. VIX not really playing ball yet. VIX not playing ball yet. Very sensitive area here across the markets at previous day low. Come on, get going market. I'm not in this long. Anyone that's just joining and hearing me saying, come on, get going market. I just want it to drift upside so I can think about a short. If we're going to go for a, what I want to be careful of is a print over sort of 60. We start reclaiming this area here, right? There's a big imbalance above to be had on the hourly and the M15, right? So where does the short get invalidated? If we start basing here, then there's a long trade. What I'm looking for is sort of a sweep of that and a trap to come back down, ideally. Got to be careful because flow zones are going to start supporting, so everything might sort of go out the window here soon. Got to be very, very careful. But we're drifting up towards sort of higher time frame flow zones, 5-minute flow zones, etc. Last push failed again there. They keep getting heavy here. Really don't want them to absolutely whack this back down. Build out a channel here, see what I can see. This is sort of what you have right now. MGC, you're trading gold. Just micro gold. Gold is a hedge to the dollar, really. Hedge to the economy, normally. But gold's recently hit all-time highs, so. Still holding that RBS. Still inside this channel. Still holding previous day low. Still have 325 up there. Still have these anchored VWAPs for it to come back test. Still holding the anchored VWAP off the low. Little dip underneath, but soaking it now. This is where it wants to get in towards these liquidities. 325, 350s, 360s, somewhere up here. And then we see if it gets heavy on a back test. Remember, reclaim of those levels, it can gun all the way back up if the market wants to get really bullish. VIX trading back downside, all right? So this is what I'm saying. Don't look for the short all the time VIX is being weak like this. Let's see. Can it give me one good trade to get maybe some of my money back here? Spiders cannot get through previous day low. They cannot get back up to back test VWAP and the 200-day. That's what I'd like to see. The 200-day moving average back tested, VWAP back tested on the spiders, and then finding a sell there, and coming back down underneath previous day low. That would be ideal. This action's just really tightened up here. Come on, market, up you go. Squeeze everyone out, trap some balls, and then we can think about what next. Here we go. So market's starting to get going now. Continuation higher. So you've got higher highs, higher lows, lower time frame. You've got targets for it to aim for. Like I said, I'm not in this long. I'm not looking for this long. I want to see it set up some kind of bull trap, squeeze everyone out, and then offer a potential short back down. I'll change my thesis if we start reclaiming some key levels. This can come all the way back up to 60s if it wants. Higher the better right now. Spiders finally getting going. Come on, spiders, up towards VWAP, please. We're looking for spiders to trade on the ETF up towards 74.15s. If it wants to clean out liquidity, it's going to have to go to 74.54s. On the ES, we're looking for it to trade up to 8.14, 8.15, 8.16.25, possibly 8.17.50 if it's a full clean out. And then we'll see what's what. Every little pop-up so far. Being sold, no big squeeze. I want that sort of big squeeze, that giant squeeze where bulls chase. I want that big squeeze where bulls chase and then it's instantly slammed. That's what I want. Maybe I'm just asking for something it can't give today. I don't know. How long we got? An hour. Still got an hour left into this new hourly bar. Printing an inside bar here on the hourly. VIX still trading back down right now. Trying to find a bid around the 40s, but not holding key levels here on the VIX. So possible relief still to come in this market, I think. One more big push up is all I want. I just want to see one big push up here. One more leg. This is the second leg. We want one big leg up. Big old swipe. And see those sellers come back in. And then got to pray and hope if I take the trade that I don't have the same issues as before. Guessing Kashkari stopped. Not seen any comments from him for a minute now. You want to be careful if it reclaims everything here. All right, you want to be careful if it starts to reclaim up here. Until then, I'm thinking about somewhere up here rejecting for this move. Starting to flip the flow zones now. This is the problem. It's taking so long to do it. It's going to start to create support structure. Right, 312.50, there's 120 lot there. 325, there's 120 lot there. Let's just see if they can do that swipe move that I talked about. Nice, same, Peter. It either sets up for me or it doesn't. Either sets up or it doesn't. Come on, market. This is ridiculous. At least I haven't had a ghost order for the last... When was my last ghost order? I don't know, like 45 minutes ago or something. Maybe they're all done. Nothing showing in my orders box on the Ninja Trader, what did you call it, control center, which is something at least. I like that, Peter. I need a bit of a humor on a day like today. Yeah. Come on, market. One big pop up, please. Make the shorts cover. Get some bulls encouraged to come in. And then we want to see you instantly say, hey, only joking. That's what I'd like. If we start reclaiming, though, then what I like goes out the window. We just trade upside for the remainder of the session, probably rebalance the H1. Definitely had like a double distribution kind of day here. Point of control was left up high in the session. 466, very, very thin, all the way down to sort of 17 or 20, where we're sort of coming into now. So lots of confluence here. They need to protect this area. If they don't protect it, it's going to be a problem. Market trying to break here. Come on, man. Up you go. Up you go. All of tech still red here. All right. Apple just gone red again. It's pretty much flat, but it's there or thereabouts. We need a swipe higher. We need that pump higher. Push all the way up into some of these key levels and then see if we find sellers up there. See if we can trap some bulls and find some sellers. Look at the volume, very low volume on this drift up, which is what I want to see. I want to see it come up into here and trap some buyers. SPY's still got a little way to go to get to its view up in 200 day. I'm watching that closely. We're getting close to this anchor view up on the sell into these deep pullback flow zones. Starting to fill some of these guys now. Definitely finding a bit of selling there. Still want to move a little bit higher. Still not there yet. I don't want this to fall short. VIX finding a bid there. Come on, market. You got to get going. You got to get going for me. SPY peaked over previous day low and back underneath straight away on this 5-minute bar. Don't want to trade middle of the range. I want this to squeeze up. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to wait and let it reject and do something like this. Otherwise, I'm looking for a head to form with a trap. So a little piece here and then add on sort of here for the breakdown would be ideal. It seems determined not to give it to me at the moment. Come on, up you go, up you go, up you go. I'm not going to be too biased because if it does start reclaiming and being aggressive and getting through the thin, if it gets into the thin structure on that hourly, or if you're wondering what I'm talking about, if it gets into this thin structure, right? So we've got point control here, we've got volume base here. This is thin. All right, I don't want to execute in here. That needs to be protected. You get into that, then you know, squeeze is possible if it really wants to. ES getting weak here. Back to 300. Are they going to support this bid here? ES is getting weak here. It's not what I want to see. Come on, move higher. I really want a firm backtest on the spiders of that VWAP. There we go. Up you go. Up, 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 up. Encourage more to come in. The other thing is, if it takes too long, I'm going to run out of time for the trade. I won't trade this afternoon, I don't think, given what's happened to me this morning. Another rejection up there in front of the anchor. Come on. ES weaker, rejecting previous day low again on the spiders. ES still above it, but the spiders are starting to let go here. VIX trying to find a bid. 1745. Remember, 1760, 1780, 1790, the key levels today. It starts reclaiming those. Yeah, market sluggish after a big puke out earlier for sure. Here we go. Come on. Up you go, sunshine. Catch you later, Peter. Nice work today. It's struggling in these deep pullback flow zones in front of the anchor. It's really struggling up there. And the SPY cannot get back above previous day low. It keeps rejecting it. It's had like 1-2 peaks over it and keeps selling into it, which means it's too weak right now to get to that 200-day and to get to the VWAP, which is what I'm looking for. This is sort of barcodey kind of action in this grind up, isn't it? Still want it to move higher. Desperate for this to move higher because it was set up a much better RR trade for me. Higher the better, and then we trap balls in thinking we're going for a full reversal is what my thesis is, until it actually does that. If it actually goes for full reversal, obviously we don't take it. But I'm looking for a drive higher and then a momentum shift to the downside. Sort of getting divergence here between the indexes now as well. Watching VIX closely. Watching VIX closely here. Yes, looking weaker still. NQ is going to struggle to get the move that I want if the ES and SPY can't do it. Really want to trade up into here, somewhere into here. Big push and a fail. Don't want it to just start rolling now, really. ES very, very weak here. It's just drifting back down towards its current pivot lows, internal lows. So divergence here on the tape. VIX pretty much flat at 40s, 1740s, not doing what we want either. There we go. Come on, market. Up you go. Up, 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 up. Higher the better right now. And close to those anchors. Weak on the ES again. Apple's starting to find a bid here. Gone green on the day. Everything else still red. Close to these anchors, close to these blocks on the left, close to back testing some of the first key levels. Remember, we're not going to play short straight away. We're going to wait. It's going to have to shift momentum. We're not guessing the top here because if it wants to just swipe all the way up, it will swipe all the way up, all right? We have to wait for a momentum shift. We're looking for a swipe up, trap balls, and then a pull back down that's aggressive to get into. Lots of liquidity here. 320, 325. 330, even up to 350. Look at ES though. ES is down here right now. All right, it's rolling over, which is odd because the weaker asset of the day has been the Qs. It has not been the ES, but this is starting to roll over on the ES, which is not what we want to see, really. They find that bid in front of previous day low. I guess it's got that sort of bear trap underneath the pivot on the ES. Maybe they can catch it. Which is what they're trying to do at the moment. So maybe we get it. Maybe we get this move. VIX now all right, the sync's out. VIX now starting to drift up while ES is catching a bid. I'm not loving this in terms of confluence. Not loving it in terms of confluence. Feel like a move's coming here and it's going to be nasty, whatever it does here. Yeah, starting to roll over, coming back towards its previous day low. Spiders can't get back above previous day low. Never tested the VWAP. NQ's still drifting higher here on a squeeze. So you've got divergence in the markets. They look very, very different here. VIX starting to find a bid. This is very, very different in this market. This is because Apple suddenly found a bid, I think. If the NQ gets weak and follows the ES, we're going to roll over back towards where we found a bid down here, probably. Watching this closely. The ES back into previous day low. Do they protect this or do they start letting go? Starting to let go. All right. Tempted to start thinking about getting something in here. Be very careful if ES holds previous day low here. Getting right into that anchor like we talked about. Nice. All right. How low are we going to go here? Be careful if it holds flow zones. Yes, holding previous day low. It might be too early. Yeah, it might take this off. Yeah, taking this off. Break even. The good news is it let me move my stop break even, which worries me even more, to be honest, because it means there's no rhyme or reason as to why I couldn't move it earlier. So that screams to me there's some form of data issue that they're not telling me about. Because why can I move a stop or a limit order sometimes and not others? No idea. Maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. Be nice if they admitted it, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to admit it. All right, we're going to snap here. Looking good. Back in this now, folks. I want this just to snap all the way down. Stop already in the money. Like I said, I'm going to have to be protective here because of the day I've had more than anything. No, don't reclaim previous day low. Just let it go, man, because then I can make all my money back. No. Come on. We want you to fail on that channel. I locked a little bit in there. So into that channel, into the anchor view up, into previous day low. Got to be very, very careful here. Literally took me out to the tick as well. Hilarious. Right, went wick to wick and took me out on that 1 minute. Let's see if we can get another push up and failure here. We need a push up and failure here, please. Got to be careful if they sweep these internal lows at 80 and then reclaim. Yeah, starting to really let go here. VIX starting to swipe. This is what we're looking for. We would have loved it to come a little bit higher. We've got to be very careful of this anchor view up now on the NQ if they find a bid here. We need a pop to fail. All right, we need a pop up to see sellers come out back. Oh, come on, don't do this to me, man. Don't go on tilt. ES back to IB low here. This is everything I wanted, and I'm not in it now. It just took me out to the stop to the wick. I was probably too aggressive because of the day I'd had earlier. Watch ES at its IBL here. Got to be very careful. Can be an internal sweep here and go back higher if this wants now, because this is your TP1 now taken. ES really starts to let go, though. We can join in for more. ES not now starting to let go. Come on. What are we doing, market? Come on, market. Protecting that block from that imbalance at the moment. On ES just to snap. VIX is starting to go. NQ's being belligerent. All right, VIX is starting to really drive here. ES is underneath IB low. And NQ's being belligerent, not really doing what we would like. We'd like it to start puking out here. Maybe create that right shoulder and start letting go back towards low of day would be really nice. VIX starts to, VIX. If the ES keeps reclaiming IBH, you've got to be careful for that failed auction. All right? You've got to be careful of that failed auction. Because we've got this imbalance here. This is where we found buyers from this morning. Got to be really careful. If they let go of this, we rotate all the way back down to here. We're talking about this move here is what we want. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. ES starting to let go now. NQ just being really, really tricky to trade. Like to see Apple go back red on the day and market start to sell here. Come on, puke. 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 Come on. Fucking hell, mate. 200-day here on ES. This is the problem now. I like the short less and less and less on... Oh, my God! Oh, it's making my life hell here, guys. It is making my life hell here. Calling it so nicely, it's just making it so tricky for me to trade it. 200-day now tagged. Now tagged on the ES. So got to be very, very careful here if higher time frame traders come in, like swing traders, and try and soak this bid on the ES. All right, but this was everything we've looked for. Jake can one up. Now I've got data issues. Oh, no, you're joking. You're joking. It's not ideal, is it? Well, it's doing what it should do, but in a very awkward way. I want to see if we back test any levels here and stay heavy. Be careful because we've swept this internal now. All right, so looking for a trade back inside and some form of right shoulder to sort of form if we're going to think about a lower price here. The biggest problem here is ES. Right, ES has achieved its objective, getting to that 200-day moving average. So if we can get any pop to return upside, which failed, and if NQ wants to stay heavy and build a bear flag, maybe we go lower. The biggest problem is that ES has achieved its objective here. It's going to make this hard. ES back to IB low here. This is where buys came in earlier. You see, this is the problem. Didn't do the full rotation on NQ, and that's problematic. So do we get a rejection here? If ES starts to reclaim, this is a big, big problem. If ES starts to reclaim, a squeeze will be on in this market if we start to reclaim. We're looking for a right shoulder to build out here. ES starting to reclaim. All right, liking this less and less by the second. VIX rejecting towards high day. This is just a nasty market down here at the moment, unfortunately. Can we build that right shoulder? Big, big question. Can we go back to lows on NQ, or is it going to be stubborn today? Into those flow zones, into the anchor VWAP. It's very, very stubborn. He is finding a pop there. Don't trust anything right now. Come on, what are you going to do? You do right shoulder for me? Nope. All right, I'm hands off here, folks, because this is becoming untradeable for me mentally more than anything. We had that move to here. It could have done. It failed to do it unless it sets a lower high here. But the problem is ES took the low-hanging fruit, right? ES already came down, took everything out, turned back inside. So they're making this extra hard. Should this move lower? Yeah. Will it move lower? At the moment, it's showing an unwillingness to move lower, isn't it? An unwillingness to move lower at the moment. And we're getting 30 minutes left to lunch. We've now flipped point of control to the lows. So most of the volume is now flipped down to the lows at 86s. So they're protecting that point of control down there now as well. The point of control now is right here, right into this VWAP. All right, so these buyers are holding market up. All the time we're above that, buyers off the lows are in control here. All the time above this level. This should move lower, but it's just like it's unwilling to, and I need to respect if it's unwilling to do something. Trying to see what this point control matches up on NinjaTrader or not. If we flip this imbalance here, there's the chance, I think. If we trade back under 76s or the point control, what I said a point control was 90s, basically. If we flip back under that, there's a chance. So far, look at that, just chopping around, one sweep one side, drive back up the other side, not respecting or not driving down to the levels the same way as ES is, which is amazing considering how weak tech has been this morning when you think about it. If we flip this, then there's a chance. This is what I'm saying. If we flip this imbalance, there's a chance to move lower here. Watching this carefully in case it wants to play ball. Making it tricky, that's for sure. ES letting back go or fighting around that IBL. Back red again on Apple. Now ES reclaiming again. This is messy now, getting very messy, and VIX not able to drive higher like it should. Should be trying to produce a higher low here for that drive higher on the VIX, and it's not doing it. Yeah, I've got to be like just chill here for a second. I've had the chance, I've had some options, not trading it well, probably because I can feel a bit of tilt in my body. That's me just being honest. I think we talked about the short here, didn't trade it particularly well, probably moved my stop too tight after giving away so much money with my tech issues this morning, didn't want to make it worse. Yeah, starting to fail again here, back underneath IB. That 200-day moving average is key, right, on the ES, 200-day moving average. Like I said, there is a move here all the way down to 170. All right, if it lets go of this and lets go of this, there's a move down here to here. All right, if this is the right shoulder, and we break this and we break this, there's a move down to here. This is what we were talking about earlier in this move up. Like I said, I wanted a swipe up to trap bulls before doing this move. Ideally, would have been better. If we flip this imbalance, maybe we go lower. If this becomes the right shoulder and the first pullback short, maybe it offers this move. The biggest problem, like I keep saying, is that ES has already taken the low-hanging fruit. It's already gunned for it. There's a buy down at 225. Feels like it just wants to go for it. Starting to flip that imbalance now. Yes, just dithering around at that IBL here. $225 and $235 on the book. Those are like the edges of the book right now on the DOM. All right. 114 lot at 325. Stacked up about 140 lot at 225 in two different orders, but they're all thereabouts. If pops keep failing here, we go back to IBL. All right, that's and then underneath that we go to 170. That's the move if pops keep failing here. If they keep reclaiming here, if this is a wash of this level, and then they're going to go all the way back upside, it's going to be really nasty to trade. And ES again back to IBL. It's very, very sensitive area here. We are underneath point of control though. Right, remember the current point of control, sort of 285, 287, that's sort of a key level. Reclaim of that, it's a problem. VIX's not doing itself any favors here. Yes, finding a bid. SPY finding a bid at that IBL. Possible failed auction here. You have to be very, very careful. They're protecting that 200-day moving average. We've had a big move down. If it doesn't want to give continuation lower, it won't. All right. We would like it to give continuation lower, but it doesn't have to do anything. Remember, it does not have to do anything. This will trade however it wants to trade. Horse and peppers, is that? Horse and pepper. Do I ever use weekly, daily body areas? Supply and demand. I use open, high, low closes. I use S&R on daily and weeklies, 4 hour and hourlies. Yes, I do. We're into an imbalance here on the dailies. Right, if we're gonna fill this imbalance, right, we're gonna go wick to wick 172, 140, 108, and can come all the way down if it really wanted to. I'm not saying it does it today, but if it really wanted to fill, we've got that old gap. Remember, the new week opening gap, also possible. My bias is lower here today. All right, my bias is lower here today. All right, we're in a sell. Market's in a sell. This was a relief bounce. Think about this was a relief bounce. 1, 2. We talked about this, and then I'm looking for this move here. It's just making it extra hard for me to get it, unfortunately, but that's what I'm looking for. It's just soaking everything. It's not letting go when we want it to let go. Trying to be patient. Break under 250s would be really nice, and we get back down to lower day. Break under IBL would take us back down to 170, I think. It's just unwilling to really snap. There's not much on the tape here. It's more a fight between this and ES. And it's amazing when you look at tech. Tech is heavy. It's really heavy. It just keeps finding a bid over and over and over again instead of that big kill candle. Run through all the stops, which is what we want to see. Searching for it now. It's trying desperately to do it now. Can even take that low out. And there's no one there protecting it on the book. I'm watching the book. There's no one there protecting it. ES getting a bid off that 200-day moving average. That is the problem right now. It's that 200-day moving average on the ES. If they let go of that 200-day, swing traders say, hey, we're not bidding this up. This is a problem. Then we have a move lower. But right now, the ES is protecting that 200-day, and that is what is causing the bigger problem here. Trying not to be too aggressive in my stop. Trying to let this work, because if we get the breakdown, I can make some decent money back here on the day. There we go. Come on. Looking for a break underneath the IBL to go back to 170. Beautiful. Stay heavy here. Not looking for a reclaim here. Want it heavy versus wick to wick, please. Stay heavy versus wick to wick. No reclaims. No reclaims. I'm moving my stop down. I can't afford to give too much back here. Come on. All right, made some money back there, maybe 1R or so. Trading smaller size now because of what happened earlier, just in case. So I'd move to MNQs. Still think there's a trade here. Look at ES now at the 200-day. All right, if ES rejects that 200-day, we have that trade lower. Still think there's a potential move lower here in the market. There's an IBL move coming up here if we can stay heavy. I've got about half my day back here now. See if I can get a re-entry. Just trying to scout my way back. VIX looking better here. Finally, some confluence. VIX coming up to 1774s. Remember, this will complete a cup. All right, so we've got head and shoulder here. This is what we're looking for. Two-leg pullback. This is why I like the two-leg pullback. Here's the head and shoulder. Here's the right shoulder. We're looking for this move. This will complete a cup at this point. We'd be looking for this. Pull that trade down into here. All right, so even though I've been a bit on tilt today, I'm going to be honest with you, definitely feeling a bit tilty today given what happened. I think I've still called the market fairly well. I was very patient waiting for this. Missed this, or effed this up a bit rather than missed it, I would say. $15 minutes left until lunch. Starting to see some bids here on a tape. Want to be careful here. In front of 37s. Want pops to fail. We're looking for pops to fail. We're looking for ES to fail that 200-day. Do not want a reclaim of the 200-day. We want pops to fail and a wash back down to IB low. That's what we want to see. Back to the 200-day here on the ES. Reclaiming. Be very careful here. VIX needs to break that 1780. It still can't get through it on the VIX. Bids showing up here. They're starting to stack here now. They're starting to stack the bids. I'd like them to just slam through them all and fill them all. Would be ideal. But you're starting to see bids at 250, 237, 225, 240, like in between, like just stacking 30, 30, 30, 44, 94, 39. Like they're starting to try and stack them. I still want that move back down to the IB low. That's what I'd like to see. Every bear flag I'm looking to play here for that breakdown. This is nice from the ES. Come on, NQ. Please just join in for once. What a shit vehicle to trade this is. Come on. For a breakdown to IBL, underneath IBL, looking for a move towards 170. That's what we're looking for. Bear flags, breakdown, IBL, 170. Breaker structure here. Fantastic. Keep going lower. Stop turning inside. Stop turning inside. Keep going lower. Follow the ES for once. Can you please make my life easy on a day where I'm having a shit day? Please, can you make my life a little bit easier on a day where I'm having a bad day? Exactly, trend tree, cup and handle. That's exactly it. We're looking for this head and shoulder to complete and this to produce a bigger cup and handle, and this handle will take us down to here. Melting, melting, melting. Come on. Got to be careful here. Like I said, they're starting to stack bids here. You want to be a little bit careful if you're in this with me. There we go. Coming back down towards that IBL now. You can see real time what it looks like when you're stressed here. All right. I'm only human when I have bad days. I've recovered at least half of it now, which is fantastic. I sized down. All right. I sized down because I couldn't afford to give any more back. So I had to make sure that it was working. Seems to be working. Maybe it's an M&Q thing. Maybe it works on M&Q and not NQ. Maybe it's some weird issue on my ATM. I don't know. That's one thing maybe I should look at. You can see the 200-day here. See the relevance of the 200-day on the ES, what I was talking about. Very, very key. People are like, why does that matter? The 200-day as an SMA is what swing traders are looking at. All right, it's a good value buy. Most swing traders will buy off a 200-day again and again and again and again and again because it's basically the average price for a year. Still getting very, very close here to the IBL. They're starting to stack bids here. 100 lots starting to stack up down here, right? Pretty happy with how I've managed my emotions here. Could have made all my money back if I traded this a little bit better, I'm going to be honest, and some. I think I'm not bad. Good. Looking for that IBL snap and then 170. Come on. Come on. All right, folks. Quarter of it left to do. If I have to, I'll leave it there because my PAs are ranging between $280 down and $160 down. So that's a pretty good recovery from basically $800 down. So I'll take that. It shows how, if you learn anything from me today, all right, it shows that you've got to wait for the setups. If you trust your system, right, I was saying here, I want this drive into where? In towards the anchor view up, the deep flow zones. I want bulls to get trapped here, and then we were looking for this for 1, 2, and then I'm looking for the short. So short here, I messed it up. Stopped out here, got a little scared in this trade, I'm going to be honest, up here when I was thinking about entering because I'm on tilt. On a normal day, I'd be hammering into that, and I know that. But I'm respecting myself. There you go. There's IBL. Your next stop is 170. All right. If you're in this right now, your next stop is 170. Hold on for the move. We get thin down here. Make sure you're paying yourself a little bit. And then into 170. Looks good here, folks. Looks really good. You know. Oh, tilts. It's a magical thing, isn't it? It's a magical thing, tilt. All right, so starting to let go here. Look at VIX. Wang. Straight through 18s now. Congratulations, team, if you took that with me. What a beautiful trade to end the day. What a beautiful trade to end the day. So if we stay heavy here, 170. The 200 psychological number. 200 psychological number. And then if we stay heavy versus IBL, you get trend day lower. 170. Yeah, big old dump. That's what we said. It's thin down here. We got it, folks. We got it. We had to be super patient today because Alex had major issues and it probably made it a bit harder for you on stream with me. I'm really sorry about that, folks. I do my best to stay calm on stream when stuff like that happens. I really do my best. I know there was a little bit of tension, let's say, and a bit of swearing. I do apologize, but did my best here to look after you. Nice, Clint. Nice work. Nice work, everyone that got it. Julian, Array, Jeff, Thumper, Clint. W's in chat if you got that. Make sure you're paying yourself some money here, all right? Make sure you are paying yourself some money here. Why are we looking at this? Let's go back to the daily chart. What did we talk about today? Where are we going to trade back into if we let go of these levels? Failed breakout, trade back into RBS level, right? We don't want to be short, new money shorts, right? We're not entering shorts down here. We're short from here, covering into here. Higher time frame all the time. Higher time frame, higher time frame, higher time frame. Where was the best short position that I wanted today? This here. Everyone who's done the course or is doing the course, think about the weekly model. What is this? Monday, Tuesday. What is this? There's the edge. No one else will teach you that. I'm telling you. There is your edge. This week we had a pump to dump. All right. Everyone who's done the course, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is one of my A+ setups. A+ setup. Yeah, lots of you got this. Let's have a look. So Array got it. Julian got it. Jeff got it. Thumper got it. Clint got it. Myron got it. Jeff, JD Florida Man, Steve, John Dennis, Thumper, Paul, Brian, Go for the Hill, Christy, Kat, Lee Kim, and Brad. You all got it. What a beautiful move. Lindell. Ulamar still in it. Nice work, Ulamar. Yeah, keep holding runners for 170. If it wants to go there, it will. All right, previous week high. It's capable of going there. Just make sure you've paid yourself something. This is a big move. Remember, we were looking for short once it broke down here. We re-entered here. Every bear flag was an opportunity to get short. So short, 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 short. We can build something here. Short back down to 170. From this point, from 170 on, you risk off. At that point, it's like, let's see how low we can go, but we're not hoping for miracles here. NQ is coming back down to its 5-day, 20-day. All right, we're in a curious position here where you're starting to get death crosses in the market. Right, if you're wondering what a death cross is, it's when a lower time SMA or EMA goes under a higher time frame one. So you've got the 5-day, 20-day cross on like the SPY and the ES and things like that. That's why that back test of the 200-day today was so important. Andrew, you got it. Nice work. Dre the Trader got it. Jeffrey got it. Be slow and wait for your stop. Wait for your setup. I took the win this morning. Nice. Bruce got it. $500. Thank you, matey. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, it just shows you. All right, I've eradicated most of my losses for the day. One little scat. There you go. 170 coming here. Make sure you're covering into this move. You must cover into this move. Do not be buying this, folks, just because we're coming to demand, all right? Bang. What a absolute monster. Ulamar, you better be paying yourself a little bit of money into this. 170s. Name another trader on YouTube doing it like this. I'm showing you absolutely everything, calling you why it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. And I'm even showing you when I'm in tilt and taking losses and having trading issues and technicals, and I still stay here and work through the issues. All right. This is from years and years and years of having these problems. All right. So many times I've had these issues. So many times I've gone in tilt. So many times I've then pressed buttons and made it worse. Not anymore. Now it's like chill, 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 chill. Wait for the setup. If it sets up, you can get it back, size down, and there we go. Nice work, folks. I'm sure lots of people left the stream early thinking this guy is having a shocker today. But those of you who stuck with me, Thank you for sticking with me today. I'm sorry I went through that, but I'd rather do it live on stream and give you guys an honest sort of show. Let's say it that way. You're welcome, Jeffrey. All right, so runners only now. Definitely not new position longs. Okay, and what are we looking at? If the market's going to get really weak, let's go to the daily. If the market is not going to respect these levels, think about this. All right, here's your daily flag that we broke out of. What's this? We're coming back down to an RBS. This is why we traded down. There's your failed breakout of the high, and there's your trade back inside. Repricing what? This imbalance. If we're going to let go of this level, this level, this level, where are we going to go? Where's the gap? New week opening gap. This, low liquidity. So there is continuation here. If you're very lucky, right? If you're really lucky, there's continuation here for your runners down into here. But what I would say, as you can see right here, there's your 20-day and your 5-day. This is a key point of inflection, right? Because if this is a back test, I just want you to think about this. We've done this move down, right? Between 5-day lower bowl. We talk about it every morning, right? Extended here and we go sideways. We reclaim the 5-day. And we go and test the 20-day. We get over the 20-day, we come back and we test the 20-day, 5-day. Now, if it holds this RBS level and we get a 5-day, 20-day cross and it wants to be bullish, where are we going to go? Back to the top Bollinger, right? That will give us some confidence if we go from this high where we failed down to here. It's going to be around the 50% mark. Where is that also going to be? It's going to be around a back test of here. Yeah, so if it holds this, just like the lower time frame trade I took this morning, what will we get? Leg 1, leg 2, up into here, or maybe you call this leg 1, leg 2, up into here, and then we think about that trade back down. All right. Hopefully, this kind of dials it all together. Some of you will be struggling to understand what I'm talking about here. That's because you're not doing the course. It's not me trying to sell the course. These are very specific models and techniques I'm looking at off the course. So those of you doing the course, that should make sense to you. The relationship between the daily Bollinger Bands, the 20-day and the 5-day and the 200-day, which is very rare. You might see the 200-day once or twice a year tops, but this is a time where we're looking at it. Low-hanging fruit's gone though. All right, low-hanging fruit's gone. Brandon, thanks Alex, working my way through the course, but took paper trading W in the meantime. Hey, Brandon, that's exactly what you should be doing. Work your way through it. Either trade on sim or trade evals, whatever you need to do. That's fine. You should not be guessing for the longs in here. Right, the main trend on the day was short. Why did I not want to take the longs today? All right, what is this? I just want to go over this before I leave. This is yesterday's high. Okay, here's the pump higher. This is what made me think we were in a pump to dump model. 1, 2, 3 over yesterday's high. What does that mean? Buyers got trapped over yesterday's high and over this level. Once we came under here, what did this mean? This was supply. All right, this was supply. So we were thinking short today. There's the failure. Boom, there's your main trend. What don't we do? We don't pick bottoms. If this is the trend, what do we wait for? Pullback. There's your pullback. Okay, it takes time to develop because this is huge. This takes time to develop. When we have a big move down, what do we want? 2-leg pullback. 1, 2. Why do we want 2 legs? Because it gives 2 opportunities for bulls to get trapped in. Bulls guess here, bulls guess here, breakouts come in here. So lots of bulls are trapped in this. What does a 2-leg setup? Head and shoulders. 1, 2. Pullback, failure, night. All right. Take anything away from that. Just try and learn that setup. When we have those strong moves down, we're not looking for longs. When would I have looked for longs? If we did this. 1, 2, push, hold, go. That's a whole different ball game because then shorts are stuck in here. We've reclaimed and we can go back into the thin volume that I showed you on the hourly. Oh my gosh, what a day, folks. What a day. I'm glad I worked through that all with you. Trend tree. Flow zone, you're great at this. I'm here for the long term. I'm hungry on how to trade the charts. Yeah, it will come. It will come. It will come with time. You will learn it with time. There's no better educator in the market than time. All right, time is our greatest commodity. The more that you show up here, once you get your 10,000 hours in, think about becoming an expert of anything. Anything you do, they say takes 10,000 hours. So the more you turn up, the more you study charts, the more you see it. Why did I Why was I so confident about this? Because I've seen it before, right? I've been here. I know what this does. Go back and look at any day where we have a huge failure, right? Go back, you will see this. This is like encouraging. This is the high low. This is what bulls think. Okay, I'm getting long all the way back up. That's the problem. They expect it to go all the way back up. Where's the anchor? Where's the deep pullback flow zones? Do these flow zones ever get back above deep pullback? No, they don't. All right, this is a short-term buy signal, but look at the deep pullback flow zones. What is the momentum? Why did I create this whole thing for you? This exact reason, to stop you getting trapped. Alex, 5-6 years ago, used to be the mug getting long here and being like, oh, fuck. And then I'd add long and 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 blow up. Right? I used to be that guy. To be honest, I used to do it the other way around. I was more of adding into shorts on Chinese tickers and getting blown up. Right? So I created this whole system so that you don't have to live through the pain that I lived through. Right, this is previous week high here that we're now tapping into. This is why it's a key level. Let's move this into a weekly. Right, see this? Previous week high. Someone asked me earlier if I look at weeklies. Yes, I do. Here's previous week high. Right, key levels here. Imbalance here underneath. Right, some of you call it volume balance, new week opening gap, gap up, whatever you want to call it. Right, that's the next draw. But we will respect RBS. What is RBS? Resistance, resistance, resistance becomes support. Trend line, those of you who trade Malaysian SNR, we expect it to try and find a bid somewhere in here. All right, so we don't want to be short new money down here. It can keep going lower and you can keep holding your positions for it to go lower, but you do not want to execute new short positions down here. We expect a bid somewhere down here. All right. And catch up on chat before I leave. My heart rate's just calming down now. That's how long it takes me to get rid of tilt. I will tell you what I will do today. I will go for a massive run and one of the biggest workouts I've done in months, because that is extreme tilt today that I felt. Extreme tilt. I was right on the edge of doing stuff stupid. I had to really calm myself down. So you're not alone if you ever feel that. It's very normal to feel that as a trader. Christy W. Thanks, Alex. Really appreciate you and the time you experience you share with us. You're welcome. Dude, 170 was perfect. 170. Oh, yeah. Down into here. Yeah. Good level, eh? It's my buddy, Andrew. I'm out and up 625. Nice work, dude. Good job, crew. Yeah, exactly, Brad. Good job. Do you teach live only in the morning? Let's make sure I say that right. Squire Farms. Yes, in the morning I live stream for free here from pre-market all the way into lunch. And in the afternoons, I'm with my community. All right, so if you click the link down, if you're interested, you don't have to do it. I'm not selling, it's totally up to you. But if you like how I teach and you want to trade with me, there is a link down below, flowzonetrader.com. It is a one-time fee, all right, $649. It is a 20-hour course. It is a 40 different modules in that course, or 40 different chapters to go through. And with that, you get this indicator here. All right, you get my flow zone indicator. You get two of them, actually. There's another one as well. And you also get my playbook. All right, everything. So you'll learn how I trade and why I trade that way. And you get the Discord for life. All right, no monthly fee, nothing like that. So I'm in Discord with my traders all the time. All right, all the time, even in the afternoon sessions. They've changed Discord today and I can't even move it. There we go. So here's the Discord. All right, so you'll see, like, I'm in here all morning talking about what I'm looking at, why I'm looking at it, and in the afternoons. All right, so yesterday we were looking at this play long. Right, constantly in here in the afternoons. You can see when I'm looking at these longs, we took these longs yesterday afternoon, sold into this push. Right, we made good money yesterday afternoon together. Right, so I'm in there in the afternoons. Izzy, the good old days. Yeah, fuck, I forget you used to trade with me, Izzy, back in the day on those small caps with Nate and that lot. 10,000 hours trend tree. Yeah, I mean, that's not like a trading thing, but like to become an expert in anything, they say 10,000 hours. So even if it's like an expert in basketball or whatever it is. All right, thank you, Alex. You're awesome, mate. You guys are awesome, making me turn up each day and be a better person. Yulamar, technical issues are the worst. Yes, they are. I can't believe, I swear, I went 2 or 3 years without any tech issues. In the last month, everything has gone wrong for me. And I don't understand it. Like, new computer I built, super high power. I've got super fast internet. Everything's up to date. I had to do, those of you who were with me 3 weeks ago, I caught a virus and the next day my computer got a virus. And everything went into a nightmare. Go for Hill. The course has been a game changer for me. Watching live helps put it all together in real time. The ups and downs, and mostly being patient. Thanks, Alex. There, you're welcome. It's so true. Putting it all together. I think that's why I started trading live on here, is to help you guys put it together. Linda, I can't wait to join. You are by far the best trader I've seen live. Been trading for 4 years, and you are the real deal, saving me pennies from my sock drawers. I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you, guys. It means a lot, especially when I've had tough days. All right, when I have tough days like today, it's really nice to know that I'm helping you lot. It makes a big difference. Yeah, Array's saying he's very hands-on in the Discord. I am. I try my best in the Discord in the afternoons. Can anyone from his Discord comment on what it's like in his group, please? There you go, Lyndall. Well, I mean, Array's told you above, but what I would say is it's a very kind, helping group. It's not just me. All right, we've got other traders in that group who have been at it with me for years. Some of you might know Coop or Daniel Coop. I've traded with him for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. All right, so he's always there to help as well. He's on holiday this week. He's back on Wednesday or Thursday. My Sharpies ratio has exploded since watching you live. FC Mike 1969. First time here. You trade live on YouTube daily, just NAS or ES2? Yeah, I trade live here every day from like 9:15, 9:20 in the morning. I normally get on. Pre-market, we do top-down analysis every day. Right, so I go through the weekly, daily, 4-hour, hourly, 5-15 minute-ish, and into the 1 minute, and then we look at the Mag 7 and the VIX. I talk about my pathing, what I'm looking for. I execute on the NAS, but I don't know how long you've been here today, but as you would have heard, I'm always watching the ES. I trade it as a pair. All right, so you can trade ES with what I'm calling. It's the same moves that I'm looking at. I will give you the levels I'm looking at ES. So all today we were looking at ES for that IBL. We were looking to see if it would push back up into VWAP before the fail. I'm also trading it with the ETFs, right? So if you want to know what I look at each day, I'm looking at the NQ, I'm looking at the QQQ, I'm looking at the ES, I'm looking at the SPY, and I'm looking at the VIX, right? That's what I look at each day to get my bias on how I'm looking to trade, because there is always edge in understanding the difference between the ETFs and the futures, right? I won't go too much into that, it will bore you, but understanding cash players in the market versus future players in the market are very different. You will get divergent levels. Yesterday, for example, QQQ took out an hourly double top high when NQ didn't. Right. Today, for example, we took out previous day high, previous day low on the ETFs way before we did it on the futures market. So we had to wait for them to catch up. Yulimar, very helpful. I don't go on it much, but it's been good. The times I've been on. Oh, in the Discord. Julian, I've been trading MES while watching him, and it crosses over very well. Yeah, I always try and call it ES for you because I have it here. I'm watching it. As you can see, I can drag the screen over. Right, I'm watching it all the time. Here's my ES, SPY, and then underneath is QQQ and the VIX. Would this be considered a pullback here? Yes, it would. The problem with this now, Brad, is even though bias remains downside, this is such a big target, right? If this level in here is an RBS level, higher time frame, all right, then the problem is that this pullback here is very small when you consider the size of this move. All right, let's think about the size of this move. There's leg 1, there's leg 2. All right, really we'd want to pull back into and around the IBL for a continuation lower, but even then, it doesn't offer a great trade. Because we've taken the low-hanging fruit. Remember, once we take low-hanging fruit out, right, if we look at the ES right now, what are we doing on the ES? We're protecting the 5-day. What are we doing on the SPY? We're protecting the 20-day. Like I said, these are the big levels that swing traders are looking at right now. When we've done such a big move, right, so we've got ES fail to get back to to VWAP, rolled over, showed weakness here. Here was a quasi on ES rather than the head and shoulders. Weakness at the IBL, washed down 5-day. Same thing here on the SPY, washed down 20-day. What's this? This is your mean reversion. All right, that's the mean reversion. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'll quick show you. The SPY's at its 20-day. On the daily, we're doing the same thing right now on NQ. We're at mean reversion. Right here. Why mean reversion? This is the extreme, Bollinger High, Bollinger Low. We don't trade outside of those, right? Market will not trade outside of those. It's an absolute rarity. So now 50% of the move, or 2 sigma up, 2 sigma down. So I can't even see that. That's equal each side, all right? We're at mean reversion play. I would wait now for tomorrow. Either tomorrow we get continuation lower to fill this gap, or we go sideways and then they look to go upside next week all the way back to here. All right, so I don't love where we're setting up now for the remainder of the day. It doesn't mean it can't go lower, but I wouldn't be executing new positions in here. Right? Because if it wants to protect now, if it's like, well, we've gone low enough, we've come to that 170. If it wants to protect now, it's got internals it can go above. Shorts get stuck here, it can squeeze above. IBL get stuck here, it can go up to this level here. What you could do is a new anchor. I'd be holding runners here only, basically, if you were short. You could do a new anchor off this high up here where we failed. That would give you a new sell point. All right, so I'd want to see a pullback into here. Again, a 2-leg or something, and then a failure. And then I'd feel like maybe there's a short back down and it would be a cover here and more lower. But otherwise, I'd just be holding runners in all these actions here. I wouldn't be thinking about any more than holding runners right now. You're getting very, very dangerous. Even if you're thinking about this as a pullback, if you think about the size of that, right in front of, what's that, 200? It's like 25 points down to here. It's nothing. And what you're targeting, you've got to respect this, right? And you've got to respect this. You'd have to hope it goes lower. Whereas if you get this back here and it offers a short up here, even if this respects this level here again, this offers you better risk reward, right? There's your risk. There's your reward. Right? The same reason earlier, why did I not want shorts down here? Risk reward. Why did I not want shorts here even when it did this? Risk reward. Why was I more willing for shorts here? Because my risk is somewhere up here, or I take it here, is somewhere here. And my reward, had I traded this well, which I didn't today, but had I traded this well and been clear of mind, reward was like this. That's probably like an 8R or something. Yeah, really nice trade that. Think about if I executed this here, 300, and give me 80, would have given me 80 points. All right, that really should have paid me about $2,000 if I was trading proper size there. Ironclad, Apex account blown, unfortunately, took a long and got whacked down. Sorry to hear that, Ironclad. Not sure where you took the long. Not sure where you took the long. Remember, the morning I was saying I was waiting. Right, I was short bias once we got under here, especially. Waiting. There was the short bias. We looked for that pop, didn't fill me, filled a lot of you, and we went lower. Weekly model played out today. That was the key. It was the weekly model. Does that mean you chart levels out on QQQ, SPY, and VIX and all the Mag 7 before pre-market? So how do you, I think you mean coordinate during your live sessions? Yeah, I plot out QQQ, SPY, and VIX. I don't necessarily plot out the Mag, but what I do is set price alerts. If there's key levels, I'll look at. But really, I'm looking for the Mag to trade in sync. Today, they're trading in sync, right? All of the Mag is red. I don't know if you can see that down here. Oh, no, you can't. Let's go to high time frame. Right. This here, these are all red. All of the Mag is red. So that's what I'm looking for, is stuff like that. If we're looking for upside, I'm looking for set price alerts on breakouts. Like yesterday, Tesla had a breakout that helped us go upside in the Qs. Thumper says, the GOAT, the greatest of all traders. The Discord group is awesome. Lots of intel from Alex and other great traders. Always have questions, being new, and they're always answered immediately. Must have multiple big screens. Yeah, I do. We've got 5 screens here. One of them is pretty much taken up for what do you call it? OBS and YouTube though. All right, folks, any questions before I get off here? My heart rate is just about coming down. All right, we're well into lunch. You are trading right at previous week high. Remember this level here, this 170 I'm looking at, this is previous week high. You do not want to be executing new shorts down here. I am just happy to get back most of my losses on the day. Thank goodness for that. All right, doesn't mean, by the way, it doesn't mean I'll be picking longs here. Don't pick longs. Don't be picking bottoms. Do not be picking bottoms down here. Blue collar studio. Coffee and trading, good way to add cortisol. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? Yeah. You can skip cardio today. No, it's exactly what I'm going to be doing is a lot of cardio today. Sweat it all out. I'll probably go and punish my legs, to be honest. Best way, really. Get a good session in. Always helps clear the mind. Nothing better than working out. Clear the mind. So here you go. It's trying to drift lower here. Every pot being sold into still. But again, you should be runners only here. You don't want to be adding positions into the SPY 20-day moving average, your mean reversion kind of play. You don't want to be into that. Same QQQ is right at its 5-day, 20-day. Right, these are massive levels. Right, massive levels based on swing traders. Remember, higher time frame traders dictate everything. Right, lower time frame traders don't dictate anything. We're just trying to join the whales. The whales are higher time frame traders. If the whales are content now with absorbing the market here at that mean reversion at the previous week high and going higher, they will. Right? So do not force yourself into this. Jeffrey, heading out to work. Have a great day. You too. All right, folks, that is it from me then. All right, so don't forget, those of you interested, links down below to do the Flow Zone course, 20-hour course, 40 modules with the Flow Zone indicators. And also, you get the Discord. Those of you still interested, Trader Fight still has a sale on. All right, as I recommend in my video, the best possible account you can get right now, the cheapest account on the market is the 50K growth account. That's 35% off. It is $90 all in. All right, no activation fee. All right, so it's the cheapest in the market to get all the way into funding, and there's no trailing drawdown. All right, that's the best thing. There's no intraday trailing drawdown. So those of you who like to set and forget, you don't want to scalp, you want to try and let it hit your levels, growth accounts. Right? Of course, they still have the advanced accounts, which have trailing drawdown, and they also have straight to funding, up to you. But the growth account for newer traders, I would recommend it. Cheaper on the market, cheapest way to get in the market, easiest one to pass. All right, folks, thanks for being patient with me today. Those of you who stuck with me all day, 76 of you still here, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm sure it was hard to sit and watch me go on tilt for a little bit today, but thank you, appreciate it. And we will be back tomorrow. Everyone in the Discord, I will pop in after lunch. We'll see what's setting up. Please don't force the longs. Don't force yourself in this market. You should have had a few good trades here this morning. Ask yourself whether you need to be here any longer. Peace and love. Use hard stops. You see what happens today when news hits. We get big whips very quickly. Use hard stops. I'll be back tomorrow.